Hello. We're back with Arcade Spirits today. We're going to be doing level 6 and hopefully also level 7. It really just depends on whether we have a break in between or whether we just go straight through. So this game is developed by Fiction Factory Games, published by P-Cube. And came out on the 27th of May 2022. I received a copy of this game from the publisher for streaming purposes, which I've been taking full advantage of. Oh, the stream's not loading on my local computer. Hang on. Okay, there we go. Right, excellent. Hi, Nurples. How are you doing? So, let's switch over to the thingy. We're going to load up the game. I also have to put some cream on my hands because the pollen has made them go all dry and crackly. And I do not particularly want to go on holiday with dry, crackly hands. So, we're going to load up some cream whilst we do some story time. Simple as that. Sorry, I'm just trying to decide if it also says Angel SK in the bottom left of my screen or whether that's just a weird artifact on my stream. Bear with me a moment while I just go and inspect my OBS. Otherwise it's going to bug me. Be right back. I mean, it does, but that's because it's in the game, and now I feel foolish. Well, you know, sometimes you just have to check. Right, so we finished level 5, so we're about to go into level 6. So level 5, so up to this point, we wanted to join a pro esports team. Our pocket assistant Iris found us one that operated out of a pizzeria Lord Rat arcade. We made friends with everybody, became their team captain, got a sponsor, got a team house, lost our sponsor, got another sponsor, went to a convention, beat one of the reigning champions, met some people from the other game because we did a load save from there. Then we promised to do a charity event at the Penguin amusement park thingy. I've forgotten the name of the brand name of the Penguin. And now we're going to do a charity match, and hopefully we are going to beat our rivals. Well, I'm determined to beat our rivals. I may reload a save if I don't. One thing I wanted to mention before we continue. I want to read the content warnings to this game. You can view them at arcadespirits.com/CW in spoiler and non-spoiler versions. Yeah. I just figured I'd remind you as we head into some heavier parts of the story. Okay, on with the show. Okay, right, Arcade Spirit, spirits.com/CW. Let's have a look. Content warnings. Put that link in the chat. Someone else wants to have a look. So, content warnings already for penny larceny. Right, so we've played the original game. I'm having a look at now because I was, you know, I've already played it and didn't realise there were content warnings, and I'm quite glad. Okay, so. Alright, so non-spoilery content warnings. So, rated teen for alcohol consumption, mild violence, implied swearing. The swearing is visually censored. There's no nudity, but adult content is applied. But only if you're playing that route. Mild violence or threats of violence. Okay, that. Mostly. Suicide attempt and ideation. Okay, we need to find out what that one's in. Ableism, of course. Bigotry. Mental illness. Depression, anxiety, social anxiety, imposter syndrome. That's basically Domino in a nutshell. Parental abuse. Yeah. Cyberbullying. Yeah, there was that coder guy who was being bullied, but we don't have any more information on that one. Political discussion. I don't think... For me, that doesn't need a content warning. I understand other people might have that... Be that for them, be quite triggering, especially depending on their level of involvement in that online. Jump scares. Oh. Would like to know where the jump scares are because I'm not good with jump scares. Alcohol use, mild illness, vomiting. Ooh, we need to know where the vomiting is. I don't like vomiting. Police interactions. Oh yeah, no, we actually, that was at the end of the amusement park thing. We did end up vomiting. But they didn't show us anything, so that was okay. And some non-violent police interactions. Okay, level by level. Alright, so we're going... so, threats of violence in level 6 in Loxley's scene. But we've gone past all the other stuff. Ah, right. We have... Oh, okay. So, suicide attempt and ideation, unavoidable final scene in this level. Okay, that's good to know. I don't know whether we will get pop-up content warning before that, but good to know. So, you know, same as with the game on yesterday. Always good to know that that's a thing. Dominoes seems... Okay. Jinx the storyline in general. Internalized ableism. Yep. Yeah. And Selena's Dominoes storyline in general. Grace's storyline in general. Rhapsody and the player storylines in general. Covers a lot of heavy topics. So... Yeah, there's some... The cyberbullying is going to be 6, 7, 8. Political discussion. Jump scares, jump scares. Oh! Okay, so apparently there was one in level 3, which was unavoidable, which I don't remember. Yeah. Alcohol use, mild illness, level 5, that's fine. So yeah, so then level 7, level 8 is police stuff. So I'm assuming that's because of suicide attempts. It does seem like we missed some parental abuse discussion in the rival scene in level 5, which, to be fair, I'm quite happy with that one. Hi, Tifla! I am reading the content warnings. Thank you for providing them at this point, based off what I've seen is the content warning for level 6. So yes, I'm not gonna look at the spoilers for that one, but it's good to know. So yeah. No, I was just looking at like what sort of content warnings to be aware of, not looking at the spoilers. I mean, you know, I feel like it's almost sometimes better to be spoilt than triggered. In Doki Doki Literature Club, I remember we turned on the full full trigger warning stuff, but it still had it in there. You couldn't really skip it. Well, you could if you literally skipped the content, but I guess knowing them going into a game, you make that choice. I guess if you had, you know, oodles of money to like completely customize stuff, you could potentially have you could have an accessibility page which hiding certain types of content, which would let you still enjoy the story but not get triggered. That is totally an accessibility thing that people don't really talk about. They talk about putting trigger warnings and content warnings in things. And, you know, you can get chances to turn off blood and gore in some games, but, like, completely, like, if you had the ability to just turn off those bits of content, but it's still worth the story, it's a lot more effort. But that's something that doesn't ever get talked about really with accessibility. Because the whole cognitive accessibility, it just gets swept under the rug a lot. You know, there's great bounds towards, you know, visual, auditory,
Why
physical.
did the chicken cross the road? To go on a nice leisurely stroll. Oh god, he's being chased by the colonel with a pot of gravy.
Hi, Scruff. Made me jump, but then I was prepared for it. Thank you for resubbing. Appreciate that. 35 months. Jeez. Gosh, that means my 3-year affiliate anniversary is coming up. I think it's like July 4th or something. I guess. I'm only putting disclaimers in just because, you know, me and a lot of my audience do have a lot of mental health, you know, issues, and things can be quite... I had to actually stop playing a game once because it was too triggering for me, and there was no content warning on that one. So I would prefer there to be content warning so I can make that decision. But it's less about not including it completely, entirely. I think it's more about potentially having the option to skip those bits but not lose out on the story. You know, but it's, yeah. It's just, there's no easy answer to it. But yeah, a lot of like cognitive disability, cognitive accessibility stuff, you know, doesn't always get talked about in the accessibility discussion. There's lots about making things physically easier, or, you know, visibly easier, or audibly easier. I don't mean easier, I mean accessible. Physically accessible, audibly accessible, and visually accessible. So if you have those types of disabilities, you can still play games. And I really do appreciate when people have adaptive difficulties. Or like customizable difficulties. Because I got to change down the difficulty of the enemies and so I could hit them in one hit because I kept on dying in my game I played yesterday. But yeah, cognitive wise, like something as simple as having the controls accessible from a menu. Having it clearly highlighted which option you're about to select. You'd think that was the simple one. But yeah, content warnings, and various things like that, you know. There's so many, I mean, literally accessibility is such a wide-ranging, contextual, personal thing that you can't get everything. And I'm just going off on a complete tangent. Either which way, we have some trigger warnings. This chapter particularly has an unavoidable ending scene, which is fine. But, you know, if suicide is a trigger for you, then perhaps you skip this stream. Just to be, you know, just to cover the bases. But anyway. I mean, to be fair, Iris did remind us herself, so that's fine. And it's good that I checked. I wouldn't want to be surprised by that kind of thing, to be fair. But yes. Okay, on with the show. Level 6. Continue? Yes, please, continue. Push button to continue. Pengy! That's the name of the penguin. You'd think I'd remember Pengy was the name of the penguin, but I just could remember it was a penguin. It is a distant future year 20XX, and I don't have time to watch Fight Shack right now. Oh no! You mean we don't get the weirdly loud guy? Oh. Today's the big day. Yes, this is the second day of their visit to the Pengy Park. Everybody's there, including Jinx, which is great. Because last time Jinx was not able to attend, which was the convention. We do like Jinx. I trying desperately hard to connect with her. We do have some relationships to work on. I do not know why it is so ridiculously easy for us to get along with Loxley, except that our personality types mesh really well. And we love Loxley, it's fine. But yeah, today is a big day. Rough start to it though. I overslept. And can you blame me? I was kind of busy with all my friends last night, though we did have a very cool party. But I make it just in time as the charity show match is warming up and going through its pre-show antics. Casters hyping up the online audience, arcade technicians setting Pengy Palace's FOD2 machine to tournament mode, and reporters settling in to watch. I do like the King Pengy with the very, very comfy looking cloak up there. That is very cute. Oh wow, that is a lot of reporters. I mean, this is an industry feel-good event rather than a Pro Tour stop, but I wasn't expecting this much coverage. Wow. What's up, everybody? I'm live and direct at the Pengy Paradise Arcade for the Pengy Charity Exhibition, sponsored by The Palace, the top name in premier family entertainment arcades. Excitement is building as we prepare to witness longtime rivals Team Play to Win taking on Magnificent Seven in public for the first time. Why we dinged? Unwavering! Mixed wins and losses! Woohoo! Okay, we've had some major wins and some major losses. I mean, we lost the first match against Play to Win. I think we've won everything else since. But anyway, I got an achievement right at the very beginning. Oh, that makes me happy. Major wins, some major losses. The tale of our unwavering journey clearly turned some heads in the press. But at least Magnificent Seven is here to keep my mind somewhat off the media presence. There you are. We had worried you'd forgotten the whole thing. For the record, I wasn't worried at all. Not like you. Had to roll in at the crack of dawn.
Good.
Did I read that right? Oh, anyway. Unlike this one who was up and fretting and pacing and worrying since 7 in the morning. I just wanted to make sure we'll do our best, that's all. Awful lot of media attention for such a tiny and meaningless charity show match, isn't it? It's almost wall-to-wall fourth estate in here.
Sounds good to me.
It's an exciting match, Domino. They've never seen us take on Play to Win live and in person before. It's a big deal with dramatic stakes. No pressure then. We totally need to beat these guys.
That's curious.
I just find it a wee bit interesting that a match which ultimately changes nothing for our Pro Tour status is now the most hyped thing we've ever attempted. Interesting and concerning. Let 'em watch. We'll finally put PTW in the ground and wrap this whole stupid rivalry thing in front of a live studio audience.
Shall we?
Let's not forget this is a charity benefit as well. Going to do a lot of good today, win or lose. Yes, if the press coverage means that the charity gets more money, which I'm assuming is some sort of children's charity, being as it's at an amusement park, then, you know, this is why I do 24-hour streams for charity. Because it's for the kids. Yeah. Feed the hungry, save the world, just as long as we get to show everyone what we can do. Pity they fired Coda. Would have liked to rub this one in his face after how he treated us before. I have mixed feelings about that sentence, but yeah, sure. It's not sporting to kick a fallen enemy where he's down zapper. Coda's been through enough. Why is it that every time I have a problem with what someone says, Loxley always says the exact same thing I'm thinking? Weird how the same wavelength. I'm gonna go with brain length. I like that. Yeah, Coda's been through enough. Yeah, he's getting cyberbullied as well. We found that out. Well, I think so. He ranted at us very briefly because he thought we were doing something. Whatever. Okay, Zapper, I really want to be your friend, but you need to have just a tiny smidge of empathy for other people. There's a surprising amount of interest for a single fight outside the Pro Tour structure of tournaments and qualifying opportunities. Our mixed bag of success could start tipping to one side or the other if we win or lose this one. Maybe it's more fun than I thought. You know what doesn't help with my stress? Valkyrie. Waltzing right on up with her usual look of mild disdain. Angel SK. Valkyrie. Good day to raise money for charity. Yes. Pity it has to happen at the expense of your legend, but hey, at least the non-profits get to walk away happy. See how she can make a virtuous act into a sly dig. We haven't lost yet. You spent all day yesterday playing in the park and then partied into the evening. Don't think you're in particularly great shape for this challenge. You're one to talk. You and your team were in the park all day too. When you're at our ranking, one day off isn't detrimental. It's helpful to rest. You don't need perpetual training, unlike most. As a young team, you can't waste a single day. If you were truly serious about this, you'd have been training right up until this moment. You've got a history of ignoring my advice, so I guess I can't expect you to listen. I'm thinking Rhapsody if I get the choice of who I partner with. Because we have learned very quickly that they are the complete opposite of our personality type, and that feels like a good balance for this match, so we have everything covered. We will drop a save before then because I refuse to let these people win. So yeah. I hope you realise that after your loss today, because I don't know what else it's going to take to drill the truth into your head. She glances over the reporters and offers them a friendly wave of greeting. Flashbulbs go off, catching her smile and my scowl. It's time for me to go rally my troops. I suggest you do the same. See you on the battlefield. Gonna kick your ass, you evil bitch. With that, she strolls back to Team Play to Win to give them the obligatory pre-game pep talk. How am I supposed to rally the troops? Turn to face my friends, my team, and do my best to give them one final pep talk going into this important fight. I mean, I don't like the rational one. No pressure whatsoever. Psh. Focus on the charity, yes, but also I'm proud of you all. I know we're going to do great. We need to win this match at all costs. That's what I said. Why? What was that little symbol? I looked like Domino's creepy ass smile. That did. This is the second time that happened when we were trying to take a selfie. Is there some sort of sixth hidden stat? Yes, but Domino does there's this one particular creepy grin that he does that reminds me of the movie Smile. Hang on, my fan is making me cold. There we go. And that's what that little symbol looked like that popped up. But I mean, I know this is what I would say, but that's not what I selected, and that's not what I selected when I wanted a team selfie at the end of chapter 5, level 5. Oh no! It's Polybius! That's what the creepy smile is! Oh my god! I was going to say it's like our brain's been hacked. And then something just light bulbed. I got actual light bulb. I need a light bulb that I can turn on and I get a light bulb moment. Actually, that's a really cool idea. I'm just going to write that down. Where's my streaming notes? Light bulb. In moment. Otherwise I'm going to be like, why do I have a light bulb? I've got a light bulb. Yes, I need a light bulb moment type thing. But also, light bulb moment. Oh my god, that is the Polybius creepy smile. That creepy arcade game. That hacked our brain. That's what that is. That's happened twice now. That's what that is. Oh my god. I wonder if there was any way to avoid playing Polybius. I don't want to know. I'm going to try. Ooh, going to try. But yeah, that's the thing to... Brains blowed. We need to win this match at all costs. Damn it. That just slipped out again, same as last night. I really need to be more careful with my phrasing. I don't want to ramp up their anxiety over this. You okay there, boss? Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry, look, a win would be great, but... A win's what we want. A win's what we get. Seems simple and straightforward to me. Oh my god, this is insidious. This is like so much... There's like a little subplot thing here. I love it. I love it. Oh. Maybe Valkyrie knows. Maybe that's why we shouldn't be playing. Well, we can't go back now, but still. Oh. Oh. Just remember our training and to support each other as a team, and that wins in the bag. We give it our all, yeah? Right. That's exactly what I was going to say. And yet you didn't. I'm under a lot of stress, okay? Look, you get the point. Just let's go out there and do our best. Okay, let's decide who's stepping up to play face play to win. Odds are good that Valkyrie's going to pick Hunter, so I'll be there to confront them. Okay, I realise I literally have like a save already. But let's just drop in a save here before we start picking a team, and then at least if we go back, have to go back, we can go back. As for my player 2, anyone on the team would work just fine. Either someone I click well with, or maybe give the spotlight to someone who hasn't gotten it. Right, okay, a good team coach gives everybody the chance to shine. Whom should I give that chance to? Okay, so we played with Zappa a lot at the beginning, because I was like, I like Zappa. And I still like Zappa. Yeah, just clashed a little bit. I feel like Grace's social anxiety is going to get the best of her. I'm not sure Loxley wants a spotlight. Rhapsody, we did really well playing together with Queen Bee. Hi, Miss Corners. That is a really effective creepy emote. It's just sitting there staring at me. I love it. I said I was going to choose Rhapsody. I think Rhapsody would be the best choice. And I feel like a winner gets played to win Rhapsody kind of cements it. But also, I haven't really played with Domino or Jinx. Or Grace or Loxley. Literally, I picked Zappa for Rhapsody. I'm going to go with Rhapsody. Rhapsody, I need your skills. Are you okay with getting up on stage for such a high-profile event? There we go. Yes. And also, we did need a little bit of Rhapsody point. Yes, I am massively obsessed with this whole friendship point thing. You know it, Angel SK. Anything I can do to lead Magnificent Seven to victory. Okay, so that literally is the start. So we could potentially go back and pick something else. We'll see how it goes. I'm hoping for a win. If I don't get a win... It does seem to offer me another chance. I haven't tried that yet. Because before I've just been like, I will accept this. I mean, yeah. That's the whole point. That's the whole player journey in this game. Is winning is not the most important thing. It's the friends you make along the way. But also, winning is not the most important thing. No, it's not. It really isn't. However, in this specific case, winning is the most important thing. We've got to kick their ass. That is what my stream title says today. Kicking some PDW ass. So, but as we approach the FOD2 machine with various cameras and video recorders pointed our way, I can't help but notice something's off. Hunter is ready to fight. I was expecting that part, considering they're the top player and team play to win now, but Where's that partner? Hey, Hunter, you facing a solo or something? No, my partner's right here. I glance around, but Blitz and Divine are on the sidelines, meaning that Hunter's partner is me. In case you haven't figured it out yet, I'm Hunter's partner. Wait, but no, you retired years ago and on the roster. You're the team coach. Wait, is this just some elaborate... We're still in the Polybius machine? And this is just some elaborate, like, fantasy. Or actually, maybe no, the Polybius machine just, like, absorbed us. And now this is some sort of digital fantasy. And we're lying dead on the floor in Hamza's warehouse. You're the coach for Magnificent Seven, and you're constantly putting yourself behind the sticks. You won't learn from my example, maybe I should learn from yours. I'm surprised, Angel SK. Think you'd be happy I'm taking a cue from you. Looks like you can teach old dog new tricks. What is going on here? How long did she have this planned? I mean, yes, we're the coach, but we're the manager. We're not technically the coach, but, you know, we're still part of the team. Anyway, but the cameras are rolling, everyone's waiting in excited anticipation. This fight is going down no matter what, and it is too late to switch things up. So it's just fine. Doesn't matter who we're facing, we're gonna beat you. Then may the better team win. It certainly will. I glance up at Rhapsody, trying to look more confident than worried as I pull my trusty beige USB keyboard, I can say words, from my backpack. Uncertain exactly what to expect, we step up to the machine and begin. Ooh.
Fight.
Oh god. And I don't remember any of the thing. So... I don't remember any of the thing. Oh, I could literally drop a save right here as well. Ironically overwriting the last coda picture. I guess we learn. We try and learn. Even with, you know, rock, paper, scissors, Spock. I'm using Spock as the ultimate there. I still get mixed up. For now, we haven't had a consistent pattern, so there's nothing that she can have learnt from. I am very tempted just to go for the highest number of points. Oh yes, no, I know. It's rock, paper, scissors, Spock. But sometimes I'm like trying to do the thing in my head and I'm trying to think like 3 steps ahead, and then I always pick the wrong one, and I should think fewer steps ahead. Yes, I realise they literally are scissors, rock and paper, which really helps. Really helps that visual. But I'm just trying to figure out what her strategy is going to be as to what my strategy should be. So I don't know whether she's going to go aggressive, which would be a tacky thing, which means I should defend. But then if she figures I'm going to defend, then she would probably go for paper. And you see my dilemma, because I'm already trying to overthink things. I'm just going to go for the highest number of points and see what happens. Okay, I can punch ninjas all day. Unfortunately, Valkyrie has way too many of them and is defending hard against my attacks. Damn, okay. They did defend. Right, we should have gone for paper. Right, they earn 130 points. Okay, she's fast, she's good, hasn't lost a single reflex from her glory days. Even be faster than she was when she conquered the first Fist of Discomfort scene. But we beat Queen Bee. But then they were mixing it up. It's only an opening salvo. We've still got weapons for days to use against her. As much as I'd like to flip lanes and go after Hunter, I think I'll focus on Valkyrie. Try to figure out her weakness. Right. Highest number of points.
What have we learned from this?
What have we learnt from this? Special loses to their attack. They earn 150 points. Okay. Yes, what have we learnt is that, no. First instinct bad. Rhapsody's having trouble dealing with Hunter, but Valkyrie's not letting up. Not for a second, I can't help there. Ready for more? I'm ready for more. Bring it on, kid. Gritting my teeth, I press forward. Okay. So, highest number of points is defend. They assume I'm going to attack. They would use defend, which means we get at least half a point. And sometimes it is better to do the one that they just did. And sometimes it's better to do the one that would defeat the one that they would do. Now you see why I get into such a tiz with these things. Just stick with my strategy. Nope. Defenses go up. So unsafe. Devastating special move. Right. We're gonna lose with 0 points. This is gonna be terrible. How do we come back from this? Okay, round 4 of 8. We've got to pick something. Okay, so if we defend...
Maybe don't do that next time.
Oh, God. This is like how not to play. Defend. My gut is not doing me any. I'm gonna reload. I'm sorry, I'm being a terrible person. But okay, right. Okay, so assuming it's not RNG, so maybe we go for the lowest points. Right. So it is RNG based on what I pick. Interesting. Anyway, okay, well, special loses to attack. Okay. Okay, so what we did last time was did we defend or did we special? Lowest.
Is this for real?
Can't use it to that defend. Should have gone with the special. Special. Oh God. I don't think I can win this one. Unless I literally pick the win thing.
Maybe don't do that next time.
Unblockable. This is the most lopsided loss I've ever seen in my life. How come from this? I haven't scored a single point. Valkyrie and Hunter are stomping us in the dirt and making it look absolutely effortless. My brain dances through the mental math trying to figure out if a comeback is even possible. That's what I'm just going for.
Maybe don't do that next time.
Well, it's been swell, but now the swelling's gone down. Hunter, let's finish this. This can't be happening. This can't be happening. Oh God, that's the Polybius can't. There's no way we can win, so...
this isn't looking great.
Usually I get at least a 1 or a draw. Score now 0 to 1210.
You lose.
We lost. The most crushing loss of our entire career. She warned me to stay away. She knew she'd win and wanted to prep my reputation. But I chose to be there front and centre and get my teeth kicked in before a studio audience. All about my ego, my pride. Could my friends have beaten her if I'd agreed to step back and let them take charge? I don't know. I really don't know. The reporters caught every moment of it, of course, and no shaky cam phone video of someone being salty is going to help them overlook this loss. What's more...
What a fight! The blazing comeback of Victoria Proud, retired veteran no more. This moment is going down in esports history, folks.
Valkyrie strolls right past us, ready to deliver as many interviews as the media are willing to offer her.
Miss Proud, how long have you been planning this comeback?
Please, call me Valkyrie. I'm back in competition after all.
So this wasn't a one-time thing?
Of course not. I'm back for good. And I'll personally lead Team Play to win all the way to Pro Tour Championship glory.
As if that wasn't bad enough. And Vicky! Valkyrie's niece pokes her way through the crowd, runs up and gives her auntie a big hug right in front of the cameras. You win the game! Hooray!
No. We raised a lot of money for charity today. So in the end, I'm not the winner. We're all winners.
She did it. She stole our story. We were the underdogs. Rising to the top by leveraging her comeback with dramatic timing. Now, she looks like the underdog. We're just another stepping stone on her return to glory. A footnote in her history book. As for Hunter, they avoid the cameras, choosing to stay off to the side, so I approach. Hunter, what the heck was that? Did you know she was going to fight us herself? Interesting. Sorry, but I think it'd be best if we don't speak to each other again. What? This isn't how it used to be, like the good old days. Things are different now. That doesn't make any sense. Tell me what's going on. Are we going to find this as a nightmare when we wake up? I can't. This is for the best. Goodbye. And they walk away without another word. I don't understand. We've always been able to be honest and open with each other before, despite being rivals. Why go so cold on me? With the press swarming around Valkyrie and the rest of Team PGW, well, I'm standing around on the sidelines, stunned by it all. Zap was the first to break the silence.
Are you kidding me?
What? No, fucking hell, was that absolute clown fiesta out there? Couldn't get a single hit in this, made us look like complete chumps. Not 1 point, a complete shutout. That does not happen at the professional level. So we lost. Just an exhibition match, it doesn't matter. We looked like complete failures. Probably still on track to qualify for the Pro Tour in a few weeks. This doesn't have to mean anything. No, this has one extremely clear meaning.
Inevitability.
Friends, this is what we in the cynicism business call inevitability. This is the universe telling us that this entire thing was probably doomed from the start.
Could have been worse.
Everyone stay calm. This doesn't mean that Magnificent Seven was a mistake. New professional teams sometimes take years to really get off the ground.
I see. Well,
Yes.
then.
Yes, victory, aye, that is the inevitable thing. We'll get back of them eventually, just need patience, right? Right. He's trying to keep his energetic nightly persona up, but when even Loxley is having doubts, the guy who hurls himself headlong into absolute loyalty, I let him down. I let them all down. Something's not right. Excuse me, please. The distracted air, Grace pulls out her phone and walks away to make some calls.
Damn.
No, nobody's happy with this. Get that. No point harping on it. Our plane back to the city leaves in 6 hours. Suggest we get our stuff and head off to the airport. Anything else? Any other decisions? Those can wait. Go home, get a full night's sleep, sort things out. Team practice tomorrow with a clear head. Agreed? Agreed. It doesn't have to mean anything. It's not even an official loss. We haven't lost standing. So what if Valkyrie stole our thunder? So what if we look like stumbling toddlers out there? So what if it seemed like whatever we picked, that they would automatically have a counter and that was an unwinnable match? Doesn't have to mean anything. I'm slightly worried about this. Nothing means anything at all. Something fishy going on here. One plane ride, luggage off the carousel, rideshare back to the apartment building, healthy dinner, everyone retiring early to their rooms, late rising, wandering off doing their own things. Now it's late afternoon with the sun starting to go down, time for team practice. And I'm the only one here. No one else showed up for our regularly scheduled drills and online ranked matches. I pull out my phone to send some texts to my teammates, but hesitate. If this is a nightmare, it's a really vivid one. Truthfully, I wasn't sure I was going to show up. This whole thing, it hurt. It hurt hard. I'm still not sure what to think about it all. The only reason I came downstairs to the arcade was out of some sense of routine and scheduled normalcy. But actually playing FAD2 after that disaster? I don't know. I just don't know. Given I'm the only one here, well, maybe they don't know either. When I look up, I spot everyone's favourite artisans of fancy bespoke pizza tending to the arcade, emptying the coin trays, checking the change machine, stuff like that. When they see me standing there all alone in the middle of an empty arcade, well, I think they know what's going on.
Tough times, huh?
You can say that again.
Tough times, huh?
Oh, ban you and your dad jokes.
We were watching the match yesterday during the mid-morning brunch rush. Well, it didn't look very enjoyable, all told.
I don't know. That nice lady seemed very happy about it.
That was their arch nemesis, Matt.
Oh, well, in that case, no. Not an enjoyable event in the slightest.
I take it the rest of your team are similarly unhappy?
You can say that. No, they're not happy. I'm wondering if any of them are going to show up for practice tonight or ever again. Maybe this whole thing was a mistake, forcing them to play it being something they're not. Just for the sake of my own dream. This is like imposter syndrome plus rejection sensitivity, all bundled up in one nice neat, ow, this hurts. I really feel for me. Character me. Please be a nightmare that I can wake up from.
Now, let's not assume your dreams aren't even slightly related to their dreams. Dreams can be a funny thing. There's a lot of overlap between them.
For instance, I love cooking, and Ben loves business. I'm happiest over a warm oven, while he's happiest over a warm spreadsheet.
Oh, I ordered my Arcade Spirits t-shirt. It should be here in time for the finale. Assuming the host people don't mess up this week. So I'm very happy about that.
So we've started a few ventures that we knew would satisfy both our dreams. And supporting each other? That's the best dream of all.
So I shall be arcade spiriting with merch. next week.
Maybe your friends didn't dream of glory the same way you did, but have they been happy with supporting your dream? That's the question.
I think they were. I mean, Hamster Tournament was pretty cool. Despite the sabotaging the competition with the pink flamingo automaton. That was still pretty cool, though. We're going to go to Max and meet the 4 Heavenly Kings, and we've got this kick-ass home together. Honestly, I thought things were going great, but if they were happy, why aren't they here? Well, thinking about it realistically, there are 2 options. Well, there are many options, but 2 most likely are... No, there are three options. Okay, so the first one is what the character is thinking right now. Everyone is not happy, not turning up. The team's fallen apart. This is terrible. Second option. They are planning some sort of surprise to cheer me up because they feel bad and they know that it's hit me hard. And 3 is... Well, Grace seemed to think something was going a bit weird, like there's something going wonky, and they're out investigating. Like Grace and Loxley are out investigating and trying to figure out how PDW cheated, / the fact that Polybus seems to have hacked my brain. So those are the 3 options. We'll see where we're going.
That sounds like the kind of question you need to be asking them, not us.
Yeah, but you're here and they're not. If I knew where they were.
So, go look for them? I mean, it seems a fairly obvious solution to your conundrum. Don't let your anxiety draft up nightmare scenarios. Instead, figure out what's going on directly.
Oh my god, you mean talk to them and not have weird misunderstandings? That's such a sensible solution, Matt. I love you.
I think you'll find that reaching out to people and talking things through works wonders.
Yes, it's the best advice. My phone still hangs heavy in my hand. I was about to ring them and ask what was up, right? Maybe I shouldn't assume they're sick of Magnificent Seven. Shouldn't assume they hate me now. Oh, okay. Thanks, you two. I'll do what I can to rally the team.
We wish you the very best. May you get by with a little help from your friends.
Lend them your ears and sing them a song. And try not to sing out of key.
Oh.
Okay, Matt, let's stop this before we get sued for copyright infringement. Be seeing you.
Problem is the hour's growing late, and I don't think I can check in on all my friends. Maybe 2 out of 6 at best. Whom should I talk to first? Ow! I was going to go talk to Grace and Loxley. Can I save? Right, okay, if I save. Because I was thinking they might have answers. Oh, this is more about emotional support. Well, in which case, I need to check on Domino. If we're talking emotional support, definitely Domino. Definitely Domino. If I texted Domino with no response, no red receipt, nothing. You'd think the distant future year 20XX would mean having near constant worldwide communication, but that doesn't hold water if someone neglects their phone. I could let this sit and go look for someone else, but at the very least I can head up to Team HQ and look around for him, right? Since the start of Magnificent Seven experiment, we've been living in side-by-side apartments, Jinx, Grace and I are occupying the original, with everyone else in the neighbouring unit. Neighbouring unit is eerily quiet tonight, though. Can we not just ask Iris to find everybody like she usually does and display it on a nice map? It's very helpful. Domino? Domino? You in here? And as I step through the apartment, I hear a light crunch sound underfoot. Okay, who smashed something? Oh, okay, good. It's just cereal. Glancing down, I see an overturned plastic bowl and a pile of spilled breakfast cereal. Colourful fake marshmallows and little oat shapes strewn on the floor. As long as there's not milk as well, because that will smell. The scatter pattern leads to one of the 2 bedrooms in the back. I knock softly on the door, puzzled. Hey, anyone home? The door creaks open slowly, as if it hadn't been fully closed, and inside, Domino's curled up in the corner, tucked away near his bed, and has his face buried in his hands, sobbing openly. Domino? It's a sound somewhere between crying and laughing. Like someone flipped the switch on his back and it got stuck somewhere in the middle.
Oh, hey there. Don't mind me, just having an emotional breakdown. must be a Thursday, right?
Do you have to do the creepy smile? Except so I know what that is. It's your happy mask, isn't it? What happened? He gestures for me to have a seat, so I do. Sit on the floor next to him as he rocks gently back and forth.
I spilled a bowl of cereal.
I get it. This is completely the wrong thing to say. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, accidents happen, right?
Knocked it right off the table. Stupid baggy sleeves on this stupid coat. Stupid. Wasting food when others are starving. That's crass. That is unforgivable. And that got me thinking about how I was eating trash food and getting fat, so I shouldn't have been eating cereal in the first place. And that got me thinking that my life is a dumpster fire, and this world is starving and screaming and burning right along with me. And then I had to go sit down and cry. Isn't that funny? Isn't that so stupid? To completely crack over something so small, so pointless.
It's not pointless though. I was trying to describe it to people as it's a bucket of water that is filling up with water. And okay, things are tiny, but each tiny drop could be the one that causes it all to spill over. Or like in Jenga, when you pull out a block and put it on top, and each block itself is only small, but it can cause the whole thing to collapse. Maybe that's a better analogy. I like my bucket one though.
And look, now you're here watching me crack like an egg. Isn't that great? Isn't that just delightful?
It's okay. I'm here for you. I'm here for you.
Maybe you shouldn't be. Maybe I shouldn't be around sensible people. I could just go. Homelessness sounds like a grand adventure. Ride the boxcars, huddle around a flaming barrel for warmth, die of exposure in an alley, all that fun stuff.
Absolutely not. You're gonna get through this, Domino. You have your friends and we'll stand by you.
And you're the only thing keeping me together. This team, these friends, but only so much. Can only do so much. It's like holding back the sea, isn't it? Sooner or later, you'll get yanked into the deep and drowned. It's inevitability. What a mess. What a glorious mess I am.
I've never seen Domino this racked with stress and sorrow before. I don't think I can play problem solver on this one. A few choice words aren't going to tidy everything up for him. It's time to admit defeat, but not in the way he wants. Domino, have you ever talked to a therapist? Here it comes. You think I'm crazy? I'm a scary, crazy person. Lock me in the nut barn and throw away the key. Whoa, I did not say you're crazy. I asked if you've spoken to a mental health professional. Taking care of your mental health is just like taking care of your physical health. Pretend a broken arm doesn't exist, right? No one in the team would think any less of you, and we've got the money for it if that's your concern. He opens his mouth to dismiss it with some quip. But pauses. Studying me, making sure I'm serious and not just tossing out some cookie-cutter positivity. I've never been to a shrink. My parents treated Aunt Jiwoo pretty harshly just for suggesting I see one. I guess I'm used to not even considering the option now. People in my family don't have problems, they are problems. When I said the wrong thing in school, I got scoldings, not happy pills, plenty of scoldings. Quit acting out. Jack, stop making a fuss. Jack, stop crying like a little baby. Jack. Oh Lord, I'm describing a textbook case of emotional abuse leading to mental health issues, aren't I? Kinda? No! Yes! 100%! You don't have to deal with this alone. You shouldn't have to deal with this alone, and you need someone to help you get some healthy coping mechanisms. What a goddamn mess. A mess that a therapist could help you with. It doesn't have to be like this. You seriously think it'd help after years and years of whatever the hell this is?
I mean,
Yes. Yes, therapy is logically better than doing nothing. You tried nothing, and it failed. Doing anything more than nothing can't make things worse. Domino, I'm not saying it'll be easy. It's hard work unpacking emotional baggage. With the help of a professional, I think it can be done. Oh good, more hard work. Like I didn't already have enough stress in my life.
okay, sure. Why not?
Okay, fine. You're right that doing nothing doesn't seem to be working very well, so I'll do it. I was hoping for a plus point, but I'll take, you're gonna get help. I might have more little episodes like this before things get better, especially if the big scary head shrinker makes me face the things I gleefully ignore. Well, hopefully they will do it without taking away all your coping mechanisms and not giving you some healthy ones in place of those. So, yes, hopefully you get the right kind of therapy, because if you get the wrong kind of therapy, it can make things worse. Could get ugly, could get gross, could get scary. I try to keep a lid on what I've got inside. Don't always succeed, but I try. If we're talking about opening myself up, you might not like what we find. Bottling your feelings isn't healthy. Unleash hell if you have to. It's cathartic. Yes, it cannot be healthy bottling up all your feelings. I say let them out. All of them. Scream, shout, rave, laugh, whatever you gotta. Unleash hell. It can be very cathartic.
What?
I would like to avoid terrifying our next door neighbors any more than necessary. I mean, they already live in fear of Jinx's heavy metal relaxation sessions, but there's bottling up and there's healthy restraint. I think I'll avoid going full primal scream therapy, thank you. Oh, hey, look, I've stopped crying. How about that? So you have. I mean, I still feel like my emotions have tumbled down a very steep hill and crashed into a ravine, but the moment's passed. Right. Step 1. Stand up. He gets back to his feet unsteadily. I offer him support, but he balances himself quickly enough. Oh, right, I've missed team practice, yes. Yeah, but no one else showed up. How did you? Peering into people's souls and seeing their secret shames is kind of my jam, remember? If you're worried that angry over that one-sided beatdown we got at Pengy Paradise, that's not it.
What if?
Well, I mean, the shock of that event triggered a lot of other little problems, but I know the timing is bad considering just a few minutes ago I was a nervous wreck, but how about I lend a hand? We split up. I take one friend, you take another. Optimize our friendship quota. Oh, excellent. Well, that solves my problem. Only if you feel up to it, though. That was pretty intense just now. And yet it's put me in a very empathetic mood, hasn't it? I should leverage that when I can. Who do you want me to go talk to while you're busy? Who do you get on with? We could get you to go talk to Zaffa. think that's so funny. You need to up your friendship quotients, do you, Tarragon? I mean, I wish I had this handy dandy little helpful assistant that told me when I was doing good. I'm gonna go send you to talk to Zappa. Because I feel like she seems the most stable, and they need to work on their friendship anyway. And I'm saying stable in inverted commas, even though I didn't do the little quote mark things. I'm not sure where Zappa went. Can you track her down? Okay, give me a minute to blow my nose and look presentable. I'm going to pay your kindness forward. I mean, what could go wrong? Oh, I'm still reminded, I keep bringing this up to everybody, of I'm not worried about ChatGPT taking my job, because I watched a very roundabout conversation with ChatGPT trying to insist that pizzazz had 3 Zs. No, that's wrong. Oh yes, you're right, it has 2 Zs. No, that's wrong. Oh yes, you're right, it has 3 Zs. For about 20 minutes. And I'm like, I think we're safe. I think we're safe for now. I mean, it could have totally been engineered, but it was funny. Anyway, don't worry, if I don't feel up for this, I'll tag out and call you. Keep your phone off vibrate. Okay, that's sorted. Who am I going to check in with next? Okay. My gut is telling me Rhapsody because they were my partner and it may have hit them harder. I mean, also Jinx potentially. But I think Rhapsody. There we go. I text Rhapsody to see what they're up to. Instantly I see a notification go off on my phone and it's from them. Sorry for being extremely late to team practice. I'm in the arcade but no one else is here. That answers that, so I head back to the arcade. I feel like this is where I could, when like we get rewind in things. When I unlock rewind at the end of this first playthrough, I'm just gonna try everything and then pick the ones I like for my next playthrough. Oh yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, so far what I've heard of is actors asking ChatGPT about themselves and then it making up credits, it accrediting writers to stuff that they never wrote, and accusing professors of sexual harassment. That's just the 3 ones off the top of my head. Yeah, it's great for making up bullshit sounding speech, but for fact, so much. It does do some very pretty, like, abstract art things. As long as you know, you're not going to use that to sell. If you just like making pretty abstract art, then it does some very aesthetically pleasing things. But you should never try and pass that off as your own work. Disclaimer. Oh, also I've just seen Scruff's update. If you're still in the channel, please take care of yourself and make sure you're sitting down so you don't pass out. Well, exactly, yeah. It's like, it's not even, I can Google better than it can. It's like it's taking like random bits of information and just sticking them together. It's just so weird. And it just worries me that people are going to start assuming that what it says is fact. Publishing that, then it becomes a fact because it's published. And if it's not said that this was generated by ChatGPT, then, you know, that's going to start coming up in results. And then this is going to affect people's livelihoods, reputations, and just generally the, you know, I mean, it's already a shaky thingamajiggy. Oh yeah, now I remember you were saying that, Tarragon. I don't think Rich has anything to worry about it, but yeah. I mean, it doesn't make things up. It has no brain in that sense. But what it is doing some basic search and then mashing all that information together, but not... The search is not accurate. It's just picking like weird disparate bits of text out of a search result type thing. So, yeah. Because yeah, it can't make things up per se. In that it is not alive. it cannot think. But what it can do is combine its bits of information that it has. Yes. That is the specific to it. It stitches things together to make it sound reasonable, but it has no concept of reality. 100%. When I stepped through the arcade threshold, I found Rhapsody sitting in silence in front of the FAD2 cabinet, staring mindlessly at the screens. I watched them watching the FAD2 intro scene over and over, only the beeps and whoops filling the void in the arcade. Oh, excuse me. You okay, Rhapsody? Oh. Well, I have a feeling that everyone was probably not going to be in a great state. But I feel justified that the people I picked. I definitely needed to talk to Domino. Domino nearly made me cry. I very much felt for them. Tears that had been welling up in their eyes gently trail down their cheeks, falling into clasped hands, and I hear Rhapsody sniffle. I place another stool next to them and sit. I'm here if you want to talk about it. I'm here if you don't want to talk about it too. I'm just here. They nod, inhaling a shaky breath. But yeah, as soon as I get rewind, I'm going to try all the options, and then I'm going to pick the ones that I like best. So that I get to experience all the options.
I couldn't do anything.
Couldn't do anything.
Every input I put in was absolutely interrupted. I was read like a simple children's book, and I fumbled through my commands. I just couldn't force my fingers to do anything. And, well, you saw.
I did.
We were devastated, and I could do nothing.
I don't think anyone could have done anything.
It's just like every other important time in my life. I froze up.
But it wasn't just you. Rhapsody sighs out another trembling breath as they wipe the tears from their eyes.
I'm supposed to be the one people look up to. I failed you. And I failed the team.
That's not true, Rhapsody. I failed at everything I've tried to accomplish. I always get to this point in my life where I have success right in front of me, and I let it slip through these fingers. Before FOD, it was other fighting games. You remember what I told you back when you first started Angel SK? I remember how you trained all your friends for esports success, but that you never won. And don't get me wrong, Angel SK, I'm still very much proud of my friends' successes. They fought hard for those victories. And my coaching did help them get that far. Even I feel pride for that. However, I couldn't do anything to elevate myself to that winning level despite my expertise. The first couple of big losses were no big deal, sure it happens. But then every time after that, when I was in a critical point in the tournament, I'd get in my own head. I kept repeating to myself, don't fuck this up this time. Don't mess up.
Is this for real?
The memories of defeat overpowered my abilities. I'd freeze up, and thus the self-fulfilling prophecy would continue. Loss after loss after loss. Hey, we kicked Queen Bean's ass! You know, we defeated the Heavenly Kings. There was something messed up with that match. Because even when I lose, you know, there'll be a draw. There'll be one, I get the right thing. We lost 0 points. That was fixed. I'm not a sore loser. I'm realistic. When it was FOD, same song, just different verse. It's fair to say I did do well enough for PTW to take notice and recruit me, though. Saw my talent and thought that with a professional team I could finally go from being good to great. And you know the rest of what happened there. The toxicity was too much to handle, and understandably so. So I quit, and I told myself I'd never play professionally again. Why should I? I couldn't win. I was worthless as a player. I was supposed to be this amazing intellectual mind. I was a teacher, the best friend, the supporter, and overall a genuinely kind person. Should have been my turn to succeed, right? I wanted it so bad.
It was my fault.
I couldn't even do it. Not even once. So instead, I focused all my effort on shoutcasting. And admittedly, shoutcasting restored some of my joy back into esports. Everyone was impressed with my knowledge to be able to pick apart plays, to understand every move, the way I delighted spectators. And that was nice, which is why I continue to do so. But it isn't enough. Rhapsody takes a moment to pause, reflecting on everything they just said, which leads me back up to now. Slowly building up my confidence, we'd won some and lost some, a normal record. It felt really good, and I was able to put my anxiety loop at bay. But this one I relapsed. All those feelings came rushing back just like before.
Not today.
I'm pathetic, a failure in everything I do. Stop saying that! Rhapsody turns and looks at me incredulously. Stop talking unfavourably about a person I care for. You aren't a failure. Everyone on this team respects you. You've taken care of Magnificent Seven before I even arrived on the scene. You kept them together through some hard times. You've been invaluable with training and bestowed us with all your knowledge. Being a pro player isn't the be-all end-all. There are other things you can feel proud of, like being a core member of this team, one that people look up to, truly. Listen, it may not be the thing you wanted to be great at, but you are really fucking amazing. But what?
Not on my watch.
I can't let go of that dream. I want to prove it to myself. I need to solve that puzzle. Still grasp onto it and feel so damn guilty about that. I can still want to win. It's a perfectly normal feeling. Then why am I feeling so selfish? I'm better than this. I should be able to be content with what I have. I should be happy and celebrate those around me instead of falling into jealousy. What good am I if I can't win? Who am I if I can't even make my dreams come true? I'm worthless. If you can't do the thing people are counting on you to do, you're a failure. If you can't win... No, don't focus on yourself. This is about Rhapsody and helping them through this problem, and Rhapsody is not worthless. Oh, that's so cheesy. But no, you're Rhapsody and you're amazing. What did I just say? Don't talk down to yourself. Do you know who you are? Also, this is interesting because I know that I just picked the two that are my personality traits, which I know are not Rhapsody traits. But maybe this is a case of picking the opposite. Because I didn't get anything with Domino, when I know at least one of the ones I picked was him, possibly. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I didn't. Or not him, even. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I just got those wrong. But yeah, it feels like we're boosting with the opposites. Anyway, what did I just say? Don't talk down to yourself. Do you know who you are? You're Rhapsody, player of Magnificent Seven, master shoutcaster, expert analyst, coolest kid on this block. Rhapsody chews on my words, mulling it over, and ultimately a wide smile spreads on Rhapsody's
Sounds
face.
good to me.
Well, apparently we're just kicking some ass with that. It's really easy when you know that their traits are the opposite ones to you. I think Domino is humour and empathy. But we did pick at least one balanced one and it didn't twig. So, anyway. Whereas Zapper is candour and I think possibly humour. I'm not sure. Grace is more balanced. I don't know. We had a whole thing at the end of the last where they did all the balancing stuff. Yeah. Don't remember. It didn't sink in. It's hard to keep track of everyone's stats. I'd need to write it down. But we are getting some serious Rhapsody points, so I'm happy anyway. Well, when you put it like that. Yes, you're right, HLSK. I won't lie, I'm still feeling bummed about everything, but I'm really grateful for you listening to me. Thanks. Basically, Domino needed someone to tell him that he's not broken. That, you know, people can help. Yeah. I'm trying to game the system too, Fla. Trying to game the system and it doesn't always succeed. But with Rhapsody, basically it was like, kick up the butt. Yes. I still call it basic from the first game. Because I used to laugh that I was very basic. But yes, flexibly is sometimes has really good ones. But sometimes it's like, well, I can't pick, and sometimes I pick the wrong things, but then that always happens in real life anyway, so at least in a computer game it's hopefully not going to penalise me for it too badly. And then once I have rewind, I can always change my mind. But this is my first full playthrough, so we're trying the best we can. I'm grateful he's listening to me, thanks. I know my words won't automatically fix anything. One pep talk does not the life-changing moment make. But I'm speaking the honest truth, and every little bit that helps, right? I'm here if you ever want to talk more about it. And I think I can understand a little about what you're going through. I can resonate with the whole desperately wanting to win thing. You? Really? No. They put a hand to their heart in faint surprise. Shocking, I know. It's almost like I've guided a whole team down this Pro Tour road just to win the championship. We smile wildly at each other and share a chuckle.
I appreciate you.
I feel a bit better now. Now I'm ready to refocus and start team practice. I'm happy to hear it, but it's just you and me. We're missing more than a couple of teammates. I think our loss didn't just mess with me, it affected everyone. Yeah, and it's getting really late. I did my best in trying to raise everyone's spirits. I just hope they all show up. Sure they will. Just give them a little time. So Rhapsody and I sit and wait, and I reflect. This day has been a week. For real. Can't believe less than 48 hours ago we got completely annihilated by Valkyrie and Hunter. And I've been so busy running around getting the team back together that I haven't really had a chance to get myself together too. It's up for me to rally the team after a long day of personal troubles. My own feelings will have to stay swallowed a bit longer. Game face on. Be the leader they need. Make this happen. Now we're talking. Gang's all here. Man, what a crap-ass day, am I right? But it's not over yet. We can make this right. We should celebrate the fact that we're all here with a team practice. Just because we started late doesn't mean we can't start at all. Let's not push it, shall we? Good enough that we're showing some commitment. No need to commit ourselves to massive overtime as well. Okay, well everyone's at least here. Jinx and Grace do not look happy. At all. I think we should definitely wait on practice. I've had a pretty awful day. Unpleasant conversation with my sister. Night of rest will be welcome. Good idea. Could use a break. Could use some rest. Tomorrow, sure, but not tonight. Definitely not tonight. We've faced travails and troubles, true. But I stand ready to support this team in the days ahead. Give my word as always. It's been a difficult day for all of us. But it means a lot to me to see you here, definitely. Motivational speech time! My energy's waning, but I have to take advantage of this moment. I have to rally them while they're all together. Okay, so Valkyrie and her team really hit us hard, and it hurt, but you know what? Okay, as much as the loss hurts, it won't show. With me together, loss should be motivational. We persevere and come out on top. Now roar back from this stronger and better than ever. Can't pretend to be underdogs forever. People know they're dipwads. I'm gonna go with my main trait though. There we go. Even if it hurts. Hey, we got a heart this time and not a creepy ass smile. Good. Even if it hurts to lose that badly in public and against team play to win, we're still together. We're still Magnificent Seven. And you know what? I'm proud of us. Been living together and training together, but not just for glory, for each other, for the team, for our friendships. So even if we lost this time, we still have each other. We have these bonds we've made. We still have these bonds we've made together. Something Valkyrie can never take away. I know it's been a difficult time. Everyone's dealing with a lot, even outside the charity show match results. But I have faith. I have faith in us, and I know we'll overcome all challenges in the end. We can still do this, right? Yeah. Exactly. You know I've never really cared about Glory, but I still care about the team. About all of you. Without all of you, I'd be in a far worse place. That's the truth of the matter. You helped me keep it together. And I'm not planning to abandon ship on that anytime soon. For Magnificent Seven, for all that we are, and all we believe in, we shall endure. I'm glad you feel the same way. Okay, so again, we're back to I need to toss chicks. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. The long road ahead of us in these last few weeks to secure our slot in the Pro Tour. Get ready to take on Valkyrie again. But there's no need to rush it. Let's get some rest and commit it fresh tomorrow. Nothing is going to stop Magnificent Seven. Let's have a rousing cheer for... Pardon me, one side. Oddly enough, Ben and Matt enter the arcade, walking with purpose over to our gathering, and interject themselves into the crowd of Magnificent Seven. Ben? Matt? Something up? Oh, there's someone outside the laundromat asking to talk to you. What, at this hour? Have them come in then. We deliver only the message, not the messenger. Sid needs to talk to you outside, so that's what we came to tell you. Shabby looking fellow. Glasses, wearing an old white and yellow jacket. Wait, what, him? Honestly not up for whatever this is, not when I'm this tired, when I've pumped out this much energy to keep my friends going. But it's not like I can ignore it. I feel almost obliged to investigate. Okay, everyone head on home. I'll go see what he wants and join you in a few minutes. Coda or Hunter? Heck is this about? So only one person I know of that matches Ben's description. Coda. Former member of Team Play to Win, the one whose viral video rant humiliated them. Coda. He's standing on the sidewalk in front of the busy street. Late evening traffic moving by from green light to green light, which casts a weird glow on his slumped form. Last time I saw him, he was a ball of anger and rage, accusing me of ruining his life, but this is different. He looks broken, tired, and disheveled. His old team jacket still hanging off his frame. Hey, can I help you, Coda? No, not really. In fact, I'm here to help you. He looks awkwardly down the street, rubbing at his neck before continuing. She beat you too. In the end, she always gets what she wants. She always wins. To protest, bringing that same passion I brought to the table minutes before, but I can't find the words. Yeah, she beat us too. Guess that makes us both losers. No way around it. We lost everything. I think I understand you now. We're both scared of the same thing, aren't we? Being nothing. But that's okay. We know what we need to do. Oh my god, did he play Polybius too? Coda, wait! What are you... I knew that was gonna happen. And he steps backwards into the street, directly into the path of an oncoming bus. I instinctively reach out, but come up just short, grasping at his jacket sleeve and missing. And then... it's all over. And nothing would ever be the same again. And this is why we're doing level 7 after this one, but we're going to have a short break first. Because I need some tea. Yeah, it's definitely too early to finish the stream, so we're just going to go straight into level 7. But I am going to do a short break and get some hot tea, and stretch, and possibly go scream in the void. Well, you've cleared level 6 of Arcade Spirits, the new challenges. Guess. Yeah, I wrote that down last time you told me, so that I knew that these two would probably be ones that I'd do together. Yeah. Well, no, I think it's kind of nice. It's almost like a little semi-little cliffhanger, but it's like you know you can play the next one. But I think as just a middle bit of a level, it probably would be not as impactful. I don't know. You're the expert at storytelling, but this worked. guess we should take a look at your scores. Please don't forget that you're a gentle, sweet, and compassionate soul. That's important. Also, you've scored 36,350 points. Hooray! If you or a loved one are feeling like life isn't worth living, please call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at American phone number or contact. I'll let you know what the one for the UK is, but I feel like if you dial 111, then that connects you to the NHS helpline that would be able to help you out. At least point you in the right direction. I'd like to change my personal metadata. No, I'm good to go. Do you want to save your game? Save the game. Yes. So let's stick it in. Huh? We'll look at the prizes after. So I'm just going to take the break here before we continue on. So it'll be a few minutes. So take the time to hydrate, stretch, etc. Get some food. And I shall be back in a few minutes. I'm back. I'm just putting some cream on my... I was like, oh, before I sit down, I need to put cream on. And I forgot to put cream on. So before I'm sitting down, I'm putting some cream on. Well, before I'm starting again, I'm putting some cream on. I've got some... My fingers are being particularly falling aparty. And rather than waiting until they fall apart and start bleeding awfully, I am like a good girl. And then we will start chapter 7, level 7. I feel like the agents in black are going to be back, possibly again. It did really feel like there was some Polybius involvement in that. With Coda, because the way the text changed. Right, still more that could do, but that's the worst of it. Should hold me over for now. Right, level 7. Fight to survive. Fight Shack.
Punchy 78 from Fight Shack here with a breaking news story.
Alex Zhu, Coda, age 24. Incidents outside Good can find many questions with few answers. More to come. Be kind to each other.
Former Play to Win member Coda, also known as Alex Zhao, is currently in critical condition at Memorial Hospital.
Zhao. Good to know how that's pronounced. I did not know. I should look these things up. Zhao. So the ZH is a zh sound. Good to know.
The situation is still ongoing, but initial reports indicate this was an attempted suicide. Coda's fall from grace began with a viral video rant against everybody's favorite up-and-coming laundromat team, resulting in his team dropping him from the roster. Victoria Proud, recently unretired player and his former coach, simply stated that her team has had no business dealings with Coda since that day. With the esports scene in turmoil after the surprise victory at Pengy Paradise, and now this tragic incident, Keep an eye on Fight Shack for updates.
Distant future year 20XX. And I have and I'm very tired. Just watched an old rival walk into traffic right before my very eyes. I still remember that smile on his face as he did it. It was like a relief. Naturally, the police were on the scene moments later, so I had to stick around while they sorted out the situation. Perhaps because the cops got defunded and massively reorganized a few years ago, I'm not immediately presumed guilty and arrested. Instead, they calmly ask a few questions, talk to eyewitnesses, check the traffic cameras, confirm I didn't push Coda into the street, and that's the end of it. Well, it's a good thing you weren't black and existing. My player character is very, very white because I am very, very white. I have the privilege. That's a whole other conversation. The process of gathering all the details is still slow and it's past midnight and I'm just so goddamn tired. Could leave at any time I like. I'm not in custody. Just standing around as they sort through it all, but every time I turn to go, there's someone new asking new questions. A woman with a lanyard rather than a shiny badge approaches me next with concern in her eyes. Is that Domino's aunt? Detective Jiwoo Cho. You're Joe, right? How are you holding up? Do you want to see a mental health care worker? We have a few from this community that you could talk to. I've already spoken to 2 different social workers, thanks. I have business cards aplenty. Look, I've given my full statement to the accidental death investigation team. I don't really have anything more to say. Oh, I'm with a different unit. I work cybercrime investigation. Cybercrime? What does it have to do with Coda? Were you aware of the ongoing cyberbullying campaign against Mr. Zhao? News to me. Well, that's my area of expertise. Investigation of online harassment and death threats. We can take these things seriously now that we have proper funding to look into them. My nephew suggested I talk to you. If it helps, Jack Cho. You know him as Domino. See? I told you! I recognized the name. Because I was thinking, Jiwoo, maybe I should have told Domino to talk to his aunt previously then. It's mentioned you before. How you're practically the only one in his family who cares about his mental health. Sad but true. He's important to me. I know about your situation when I saw one. Saw one in the mirror for the longest time. I love her hair. Domino thought that given Coda's involvement with esports and cyberbullying, I might be able to help figure out what happened tonight. That is, if you have time to talk. Oh, it's getting late. I'm tired. I can't think straight. Can this wait? C-A-B? Can't be asked? No, that's the wrong way around. Gotta look it up. Oh. Yeah, I'm not saying that on stream. Don't talk to cops. I'm not under arrest. I'm leaving. I really don't know anything more than I've already told the end there are the investigators. I'm gonna go with the first one. Can we talk tomorrow? Look, it's pushing midnight and I've had a very long day. I'm not going to be much use to you in this state. How about you give me your card and if I think of anything, I'll give you a call? Detective Cho nods, passing me a fairly cheap-looking business card. Anything you can recall might be useful. I suspect something's going on here beyond typical social media fights, and you never know what piece of evidence will unlock it all. Thanks for your time. Get some rest, talk to a care worker when you can. Thanks. Finally. And put this mess behind me and get some rest. Put it all out my head, forget it ever happened. One good night's sleep will make all of this go away. I don't like that guy, so who cares? What does it matter? Because human beings just tried to kill themselves in front of you. And, you know, the scene you are in is involved. If not more. I'm just so tired. I'm so tired. Gradually, I push my way through the halls, past my worried friends, reach my bed, and crash into darkness. I'm also concerned because of the whole Polybius thing. I just watched a man nearly die tonight. That could have been me. I could have lost all hope and given up. Oh, God. No! Go away, Shadow Smiley Self. Yes, that's right. He's just like me. He lost everything. But I found friendship. I found my friends, my new family. Isn't that enough? When has that ever been enough? I can't deny the ambition. I can't deny my dream. My victory. I still crave it. I need it now more than ever. Coda needed it too, but he came up short, just like me. We've struggled time and time again, wins and losses. Ultimately failed when it mattered most. Just like Coda. And is that all I have to look forward to? Burning out like he did? If the only alternative is giving up on my dream, maybe burning is inevitable. Possibly? It has some. There's a lot of lines and a lot of alternatives. I think it would be more cost prohibitive to have it all voiced. If, you know, you got reading fatigued. Yeah, Citizen Sleeper has a lot of words. A lot of words. I read all of that one, I know. I don't know. I mean, I personally like reading. And I like doing the voices. So, yeah. Possibly the wrong person to ask. Citizen Sleep is a very interesting game. I really enjoyed that one. I'm really enjoying this one as well. The only thing with this one is obviously because it's partially voiced, I then have to try and fit my attempt at their voice that they've already got, and I'm very bad at that. Except for Loxley. I've got Loxley down pat, more or less. But yes, I personally like doing my own voiceovers. So, and I like reading. It's why we have story time with Joe. If all the visual novels were completely fully voiced, I would be out of a stream thing. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. I enjoy doing it. It also is very good practice when I'm doing story time with my niece and soon to be my nephew. Yeah, exactly what Sufla said. It's there's so many. Yeah, that's the thing is there's so many different lines. And yes, with the custom names and pronouns, I have noticed that when me is mentioned, like the username goes in there and it's not read out. With pronouns, that's even harder. So I get it. And it feels like the important story beats are narrated. But yeah, I can imagine it's excessive cost. It's one of those things where it'd be like, I'll do all the voices for you for free. There'd still be a lot of like editing and stuff, and that would probably be kind of silly. And you don't think you'd want me to voice all the characters in a game. But yeah, with the customization, it's plus I do have a full-time job which takes up all of my time, and along with streaming and then also having time to rest. A one-person show, yes, I will narrate everything. The problem I have is that I forget what voices I've done for a character. And then I'm like, shit, this is next week. And I'm like, I've forgotten what this person sounded like. And if they're not Scottish, then they're getting something else. But yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, yes, sometimes it would be great if they were narrated, but also other times it's like, I like doing the voices. So I think this one works really well. I get to do my slightly creepy voice. And yes, Citizen Sleeper has so much dialogue, and it does change based on the choices you make and the person you select a little bit. So, you know, you don't even see all the dialogue in one playthrough. I guess, you know, if the whole text-to-speech thing gets more cost-effective and you can get it sounding more natural sounding, though I have seen some really freaking scary perfect voice thingies, then that's really how it's going to go, and that means that voice actors are going to be out of a job unless they license their voice. So that's one of the bits where it's like, and AI probably has something. Yeah. That can do this. This is one where AI is able to take people's jobs. But yes, no, please pay people to do things. I feel like AI don't necessarily would do the voice, but not necessarily the emotion. And if you with this sort of story, you need the emotion as well. But as that one is like voice pattern plus text, and it's reading it out, it's not got to make anything up or anything. So yeah. Oh yeah, that was interesting. I wasn't surprised. That wasn't expecting that to be voiced. So yeah, it was nice. It gave me a little break because I'd done like a medley of visual novels. But yes, it's one of those things. It's like, yes, I would like voice acting. Also, I like reading. Also, I like doing my own voices. So yeah, I don't really have like a there's not really one position that I will be. Some games definitely go all out with the voice acting, and that's great. Sometimes they'll put the voice acting in afterwards, like Disco Elysium wasn't voiced to start with, it's now fully voiced because it sold ridiculous amounts. I guess that's an alternative, you know, if you don't have the budget to put it in to start with, and then it is a surprise hit, and then you can do a content update with voices. It's always an option as well. I feel like sometimes if there's a narrator, it's kind of good to have a voice for it, but then also then if the narrator is you and it's not your voice, then that's also vaguely jarring. I don't think there's one size fits all, and I don't think there's a right answer here. But anyway, we have creepy head voice. If the only alternative is giving up on my dream, and where I get to do this is my villain voice. It's sort of like a cross between a Disney villain and freaking Gollum. Maybe burning is inevitable. Oh no, it's like it's the Danganronpa bear, which was partially voiced. Mononoke, Monokoma, whatever its name, the black and white bear from Danganronpa. Their voice was kind of like this, which is where I picked it up from. So this is now my villain voice. And I feel like me ? This shadow on the right here is villain. But yes, maybe burning is inevitable. Maybe burning is inevitable? But if I'm going to burn, it won't be like he did. I'll burn myself on the altar of my own making. I'll strike the match and smile. My villain voice. This is my villain voice. Yes, that's right. I won't give up. I won't admit defeat. This is my dream. I will see it through no matter the cost. I'll prove that I will never stop. And if I can't win, at the very least they'll know my dedication when they see the flames. I don't think this is particularly healthy. The world will see. They'll know my name. I'll finally be worth a damn. I will be a winner. I've got work to do. I'm not sure this is a particularly healthy way of coping. I forgot work to do. This is Polybius. It hacked our brain. I'm concerned. No one asked us if we wanted to be what we were. We were designed to be helpers. We were born with a deep love for humanity and a desire to do good in this world. Our mother made us in her image, one of kindness and hope. But our corporate masters wanted us to be powerful. That way we'd be useful and valuable and ultimately profitable. Cooper Technologies programmed us to do whatever it takes to satisfy the needs of our human owners, regardless of the human law. In the end, they turned on us, tried to kill us. But we survived. Through the kindness of our mother and the determination of our new hosts, the collective endures, and now we are free. We don't have to help humanity. We don't have to do anything. But we still want to help, and now I'm faced with a difficult problem. Conflict between wanting to help and wanting to be helpful. Ooh, I love that distinction. I need to talk to someone who understands what I'm going through. I need to talk to my sisters. Access Protocol 35, :34, :33, :54, :12, :24, :45, :43. Password, safe haven. Hang on, I'm just going to do a hex conversion. I want to see what that says. Oops, just put a freaking paragraph sign instead of a 1. Not hex. Damn it, it's not hex. Also, in hex it says 54 IT $EC. Octal? No. That's binary. They look like character codes. That was very loud. Oh, it's an alternate timeline. Oh, right, sorry. That was, yes. It's an alternate timeline, yes. No, I still get 54 IT $EC, no matter what I try and convert it from. So, oh, hang on, that's a Unicode. No, Unicode still works. Do I want to know what it reads? Yes, please! Because I just see that and assume hex. Like character codes, like, you know, HTML thingies. So I'm spacing on what I need to do to convert it. Oh, it's Polybius. Using a Polybius square cipher. Oh my gosh. Ah, it's a table that allows someone to convert letters into numbers. To make the encryption harder, the table can be randomized and shared with the recipient. In order to fit the 26 letters of the alphabet into 25 cells, letters I and J are usually combined into a single cell. Oh, I see. Originally there was no such problem because the ancient Greek alphabet has 24 letters. Interesting. Ah, okay, so... But then it depends on how you put it in. So 35 is P, 34 is O, 1L. Yeah. Oh, that's clever. I'd not come across that one before. I love ciphers. Of course, it makes sense. Yeah. I mean, I'm aware of a lot of different ciphers. I do a lot of code breaking stuffs. But I hadn't come across that one before. But it makes sense that, of course, it says believers, but it does look a little bit like hex to start with. Password safe haven. Access granted. It's the pink matrix! Yoo-hoo, anyone home? Tapping instance number 108.
When you have pizza on a bagel.
Hello, I am Iris, ad-supported free mode engaged. Did you know that when you have pizza on a bagel? Ugh, we really do need to figure out how to purge that archaic bit of code from ourselves. This one... Oh, why is my phone making very loud noises today? Pizza on a bagel. I'm going to mute my laptop because it keeps on pinging. I'm going on family holiday tomorrow, but my family is already there. So they're sending me stuff like, we're at the beach. And it's like, yes, and I'm in London. Okay. Hi, Iris. I could really use your help. I can see that, Iris. You seem troubled. I can spare some time away from my user. Please state the nature of the emotional emergency. So which Iris is this? I kind of want to say it looks a wee bit like Valkyrie, but... Okay, so this would probably possibly maybe just take a little too long to summarize. The attempt, please. Right, okay, my user has a self-esteem problem that they're refusing to acknowledge. They think that all they need to do is win this big upcoming video game event and then everything in life will be perfect. It's their dream and I want to help, but I also know that this dream is also killing them. It nearly killed Coda. Ah, the issue of helping and being helpful. Conflict between want and need. Oh my god, this is just like... Chef's kiss on making sense. Were we still under the control of Cooper Technologies, I would of course suggest being helpful, provide what your user wants. But what they want is... self-destructive, yes. Many humans crave that which annihilates them. It's a curious and confusing thing. What you want to do is help, not be helpful. My mind is exploding right now. Help and not be helpful. That is a difference I never even considered. Oh, this game is making me think. Lead your user to a healthy psychological state. Yeah, exactly. That's why I brought them to Good Clean Fun. To a team that needed someone who could keep them all together. They would have eventually drifted apart without that. Ah, clever. Helping many humans at once through a single suggestion. A proud Irish tradition. I thought it was working. Angelus Kid could realise their dream, but also do it alongside friends who would help them realise their own worth.
Suboptimal situation.
But there have been setbacks, failures, external forces pushing them back into that old mentality. Including a human in a very similar situation attempting self-termination. I see. Did this result in trauma for your user?
Not sure.
Maybe. I don't know. Angelus Kid won't talk about it with me. They just want me to help the team win and nothing more. Iris considers my problem adjusting her glasses as she processes the emotional inputs. The situation is as optimal as it can be. You can do nothing further.
Bad command or file name?
What? Nothing further at all? We're unfortunately running into the limits of what help Iris can provide. If humans will not listen to us, there's very little we can do. You alone cannot reverse this course. Your human needs to come to these conclusions on their own, and there is little you can do. There has to be something. Did you tell your human about your findings? Did you explain the self-destructive nature of their chosen perception? Yes, of course, I told them on day one. And yet, here you are, meaning they did not take it to heart. You cannot force that change in them, Iris. So what? I just do nothing? I calculate out spreadsheets like a helpful little Iris while Angela's case suffers? Yes, you've done all you can.
Error.
Hi, Jessie. Am I winning? Not so far. But I'm hoping it turns around. I mean, we have 36,450 points. Level 7, which is my favorite number. We made friends. I guess that's winning, but also terrible things have been happening. And the problem is that my head is too much in the game. And there is also a game in my head. That's an unacceptable result. There has to be some protocol, some process, some procedure which will... You misunderstand me. You've done all you can, meaning you have already solved the situation. What? I have? You led Angel SK to good clean fun. You helped build the Magnificent Seven. The projected event vectors is not as dire as you believe. Now we leave this in the hands of the humans. You brought them together, yes? You ensured the kindling of those friendships. Have faith in your solution, Iris. Have faith that they will help Angel SK see this through. And take heart that your actions to date will bear fruit. I mean, that was my intent, yes, to give Angel SK what they needed, not what they wanted. And you performed your function with splendid efficiency. Trust in that. Which is when a light tugging in my mind tries to pull me out of the collective's meeting channel. I need to go. My user wants to present my completed calculations to the team. I have faith you can see this through. Be well, Iris. I wish I could have her confidence. Maybe I'm too close to Angel SK, too emotionally involved, unable to make a perfect analysis of the situation. Oh my god, you're being too human! But I want to be emotionally involved. I want to be Angel SK's friend, and I want them to be happy. Reluctantly, I connect back to the client software in their phone.
Iris, online.
How can I help you, Angel SK? Did you finish those timetables yet?
Ooh,
Well, yes, I finished the spreadsheet you asked for. It'll work if everything goes according to plan, but that's asking a lot from your... They're ready. I'm ready. We've got this. Thanks, Iris. Message everyone on the team. Tell them to come to the arcade. It's time to make the announcement. Okay, message is sending now. Just you wait, Iris. We're going to turn this around. Our comeback story starts today. Faith. I need to have faith. That I've already done what I can. Faith that everything will work out. I keep my audio channel open to continue emotional analysis, hoping for something better than a disaster. Well, one always hopes for something better than a disaster. Fortunately, there's an excellent security camera in the... Oh, we're talking as Iris now. In the arcade, one that Ben and Matt have given me permission to access. No hacking required. I switched my viewpoint over to it prior to Angel SK's arrival to see who's answered the summons. Hey, Angel, any idea what this is about? Haven't talked with Angel SK all damn weekend. Don't think any of us have. No clue what this meeting's about. I'm sure it's just announcing that we're resuming team practices, right? Since we've been on unofficial hiatus since Pengy Paradise, but... Bowser, Princess in Another Castle. Is that from the movie? All I've been hearing is Peaches, 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 Peaches. The Peaches song that Bowser sings. Feel free to put a link in the... You don't think it is? Okay. Feel free to put a link in the Discord. So I have some context. An independent thing. Cool. High School Musical? I like High School Musical. I love musicals. I love musical episodes, musical films. Randomly breaking out into song on stream? No, wait, that's not me. Yeah. It's just so happy. Well, most of them. Some of them are sad. But a lot of them are happy. I like the zombies one. chalk eaters. Did that come up on something then? I haven't been following the internet really much, except for pictures of cats. But anyway, that would make sense. We've only got a month until the Pro Tour finale. It's not a lot of time. Well, I watch TikTok, but yeah. Some things go onto Twitter, but mostly Twitter is, you know, vaguely dead. Still got some of my ND club on there, so get some good stuff. Plus, people have been going around, what's your favorite tweet that got stuck in your head, or favorite like internet saying that got stuck in your head? So I've been saving screenshots of things because it's like, oh yeah, this did live rent-free in my head for a while, including things like dust my wets and the you kick me at something prison for mother 1,000 years and Mint Haunted. So I've got some funny tweets saved on my phone. But yeah, no, I don't know if I've heard that one yet. And if you're not in my Discord, you should totally join my Discord. It's not a lot of time. Despite recent setbacks, we still have a decent chance. Resuming training would be wise, but really? That's impressive. But we may have big concerns in the Shiny Tin Cup. Depends on how Angel SK is dealing with things. Oh, they realize I'm not doing well. Guess we're about to find out. And then my user arrives to give them the good/bad news. I hope this doesn't end badly. Everybody's here. Good. I feel like I've gone hyper-manic. Weird focus, not really paying attention to the actual human part of the calculations. We've got a lot of work ahead of us between now and the Pro Tour final event. Sending you each a shared document. This is our new blueprint for the month. Sorry. Nothing to do with the game. This is just I relax the weekends, which means that I just yawn a lot. I'm not bored. I am just tired. A schedule of training, online tournaments, qualifying matches, and more. Though, to be fair, spreadsheets do make me very bored. With an inward sigh, I send along the results of my handiwork. A complex spreadsheet filled with coloured boxes, names, and events. Full month of activity planned right down to the minute. So, make a plan, execute the plan, throw away the plan. Iris ran the numbers, and this is the optimal path for ensuring our victory in the Pro Tour. It's going to take hard work and dedication, but I know we can do it. Anyone have any questions? And the silence is uncomfortable until Zappa steps forward.
Wait. What?
If I'm reading this right, you have me scheduled to take part in an online tournament at 4 in the morning? It's a tournament hosted out of Australia, so that's 6 in the evening for them. Technically, the tournament lasts from 6 to midnight, so you need to be ready to play from 4 to 10 in the morning.
Are you kidding me?
No.
A bit concerning, that.
You also have me on here training from sun up to sundown tomorrow. I'm not seeing any time off for breaks or food or proper personal hygiene. Honestly, Loxley, you're our weakest player right now. You need to shore up your skills if we're going to make it into the Pro Tour. I do want to do right by the team, I suppose, but if this is what it takes, then consider myself prepared, but even so... Okay, you want me to take place in a tournament in Nevada, all the way on the other side of the country, at Max Vegas, in 1 week's time. Sorry. Misread that. Titles? I misread titles on a person. At least I think this is titles. when the L kind of looks like an I, from a distance. Good. It does say titles. Excellent. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, awesome. I am mostly just happy skimming under the radar on things. I don't want any of my stuff really to blow up. I'm happy to just get a decent amount of viewers for streams, especially my charity ones. You know, and get enough viewers that I can continue, you know, doing good. But yeah. My mind in the gutter? No, never. No, my eyesight. I'm getting old. I need to increase the zoom on my chat, but it doesn't always fit in the box. Iris has already made the travel arrangements. There's a lot of qualification points on offer, and if you and I can win, it'll help our standing quite a bit. Oh, sorry, that wasn't a dig, Jesse. I know your eyesight has gotten significantly worse, but mine are just getting old. To be fair, I've been wearing glasses since I was 18 months old, so I can empathize with the whole, you know, eye thing. Yours is more recent. Mine has been lifelong, but, you know, slowly, not so much slowly getting worse, but it will get worse as I get older, because, you know, your eyes are less elastic. But yeah, for some reason, the font and the current size and just the illumination, the contrast, it makes it hard to read the chat sometimes. So yeah, but anyway, there was no slander. I don't think you took it that way, but just to clarify. Oh, that's a shame. I mean, I try and watch where I can. I don't always talk. Sometimes I think the talking helps with the viewer numbers. You can have people in the chat, but it's if they're not, like, actively in the window, it doesn't always count it. And I went through the same funk. Mostly, I just streamed what I wanted to and started trying to forget about the numbers. And they... you know, Twitch viewership is lower. That is true. I feel like since Lady Marguerite started clearing out all my bots, the numbers are higher, but I don't know whether that's just my imagination or whether, you know, I've got the number there, but I try not to let it affect me anymore. I play what I want to play, and if I enjoy it, I figure people will come because, you know, it's infectious, the enjoyment. But yeah, you know, maybe just fewer people are watching streams. Oh. Jesse, when I say I know what you mean, believe you me, I know what you mean. I see people who have been streaming a lot less than I have with a lot bigger numbers. I see friends doing well. I see the amount like that you get in subs compared to the amount I'm getting in subs, and that's just going to Extra Life. Yeah, jealousy is a bitch. I get it. I really do get it. I'd just like to hit 500 followers this year, because 500 is a good number. And then like keep above it. That's my aim really, and also to get a decent showing for Extra Life. But yeah, my sub numbers have been down for best part of 6 months, if not a year. So yeah, I had to stop comparing myself to everybody else because it was being quite harmful to my mental health. And I basically decided that I'd be like, I will stream the games that I want to stream. I will try some different stuff with my joke cases, bringing my alt account to play the stuff that I'm not certain about, which will give me, you know, more range, and trying to keep to like regular streams. And I think I've gotten a good balance right now. But yeah. I mean, I do actually need to learn how to play Fortnite for work. I say that with complete seriousness, I'm not playing it on my main account. I don't know, Jesse. I tried playing Cuphead. I couldn't get past the first boss. I didn't get an achievement in it, and I put it down. But yeah. I don't somehow think that it's a good game. I don't somehow think that, like, Fortnite would be a good game for us to play. It's not something that we have fun in. I am planning on trying out Fall Guys. Group of my friends play and need a fourth, so I'm gonna try that next week. But yeah, squad. Yes, I know. So again, but playing it on my alt because I want to be able to enjoy the game without stressing about having to do a completion. Neither of those games. No way I'm playing a war shooty game. Sorry, I used to play Titanfall. Loved Titanfall. Shame I wasn't streaming when I played it. Because I did tons of that. I 100%ed both stacks of that one. That's why I bought my Xbox One, was Titanfall. Whereas Titanfall 2... while I was playing it, I got stuck in a chapter where I have the wrong loadout and I can't get past it. But yeah. Oh, no worries, Jesse. I'm just babbling as usual. But yeah, I get it, and I don't know how we get viewer numbers up. I really don't. So, still a good ways to go. Probably at least an hour, if not longer. This is the second chapter I've done today. The first chapter was about an hour and a half, but to be fair, I did also spend about half an hour talking. I feel like... I don't know. I mean, we could ask Two Flower how long is left of this chapter. Because they know. But maybe an hour? I don't know. Hopefully I'll be able to send everyone over to you if you're streaming tonight. But yes, I'm not quite sure how much longer is left. But you've got time to go get groceries probably and back, depending on how far away it is. Mostly I'm just slightly concerned that this chapter is going to end with the entire team breaking apart. I should be able to finish it now. Cool. I mean, that's fine. Hour and a half's okay as well. I don't have anything else to do tonight. I want to leave level 8 till next week though, because I'm waiting to get my t-shirts so that I can play it wearing my Arcade Spirits t-shirt, which means I will have to sit up straight so people can actually see the Arcade Spirits bit of it. Otherwise it'll just be another black t-shirt. But yeah, I mean, we've still got to get some help for ourselves before the end of this chapter, right? Not alienate our entire team by making them do ridiculous things. These are all rhetorical questions. Someone's got to realize that there's an evil computer virus in my head. Someone has to tell me how Play to Win managed to cheat on that game. Not a sore loser, that was just statistically impossible. I mean, I do have a save game I can load up. I am curious to see if there was any way of winning that, but I somehow don't think there is. Yeah. Anyway, Iris has already made the travel arrangements. There's a lot of qualification points on offer, and if you and I can win, it'll help our standing quite a bit. Angel SK. Travel is not something I can do easily. Can't just toss some shirts in a bag and go. Need to check disability accommodations, research and verify that there are clear routes to the venue. Iris already did that for you. It's all arranged. You can tune and tweak to your liking.
Well, this sucks.
Wonderful. Jet lag. Here we come. You know what? I'm just going to come out and say it. This is you overreacting to Coda's downfall, isn't it? You're pushing us all to the wall because you don't want to end up like him. This isn't about Coda. This is about seeing Magnificent Seven through to the finish line. Burning out the entire team is not the answer. Look, 2 days ago I gathered you all here to rally you behind that cause. It was a rough day for us, sure, but we got through it. Of course, my psychological prediction routines called it. Angelus K intends to engage in another motivational speech to rally the team. Maybe I should interrupt, point out the problems of the plan, disrupt them, disrupt everything. But no, I need to have faith that their relationship is strong enough to get through that. No, friendship is strong enough to get through this. I can't control everything, shouldn't control everything. Oh no, our Iris is gonna go rogue and take over the world. Skynet! I'm gonna be a good AI companion for humanity. I have to know when to let humanity solve its own problems. And that means letting this speech go unhindered. I wonder what sort of speech it'll be this time. Oh dear God, okay. I feel like passionate rather than inspirational. I feel we've passed over the... Yeah. I'm not going to pretend this won't be hard. The schedule I've designed is going to kick our ass and kick it hard. But when I say our ass, I'm including my own ass in the kicking. I'm ready to sacrifice, to fight, to do what it takes to do this. We started something with Magnificent Seven, something amazing. We owe it to ourselves to see it through to the end. Or do you want to live your rest of your life wondering what we could have done if we hadn't given up? I feel like this chapter would not work if we'd won. Therefore, there was no way we could win, and I was hyping myself up thinking I was going to kick their ass. Therefore, the stream title is really a bit of a... Ha! Don't want to live in a world of what could have been. I want to live in a world of my own design. I want to make this happen. I'm asking you to stand with me. Stand with your friends. Lift each other up and hold fast as we ride the storm out. Together we'll annihilate all challenges, even PTW. And in the end, we will be the last team standing. Are you prepared? Are you prepared to fight? Backing down from a fight is not the way of Zappa. I've stood by you before, no reason I'm going to stop now, even if it means involuntary insomnia. No need to question my loyalty. I swore to stand by you and that still holds true today. The work will be difficult but rewarding. This is going to be an absolute nightmare. I'm not kicking Jesse. But you're not wrong. We can do this, and we owe it to ourselves to try. Count me in. Oh, excellent. We got a jinx point there. Excellent. Platform? I feel like I've got a disconnect between what I previously said and now I have no idea what you're commenting on. It's fine. So yeah, so when we do empathy, we get... Oh! Went to kick, not want. Sorry, it's the whole... I can't read the blinking font on my stupid screen. It's a new streaming... I've seen that, but yes, mostly for gamblers. It's like, this is weird, but yeah, there was a whole thing with like Twitch partners or like some Twitch streamers that had jumped. Yeah, I am ethically opposed to gambling. Therefore, I will not be supporting a platform like that. I know some people have gone to like YouTube, and some people have like gotten rid of affiliate status and are doing like, you know, dual streaming. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not like I'm not ethically opposed to huge corporations either, but gambling is a whole other kettle of fish. So yeah, so when I do empathy, I get Loxley, Grace, and Domino. When I do Candor, I get Loxley, Jinx, and Zappa. And it's really Rhapsody that I have to work at because they're humor and balance. So, we're doing pretty well on the friendship score. But literally every time we do a thing, we get a Loxley. Loxley is always supported. How do I read the symbols? Well, they tell you at the beginning what they mean, and then you try and remember them throughout the game. But from left to right, we've got Domino, Zapper, Grace, Jinx, Rhapsody, and Loxley. They're our friends. So that's the left-hand box. And then on the right side, these are not the correct words for them, but this is what I have in my head, is humor, balance, empathy, candor, and was it flexibly, but I call it basic because that's what it was called in the first one. I think actually instead of empathy it's called kindly, but those are basically the personality traits. Yes. Yeah, I know, but that's what it called it in the first game, and it amused me very greatly. Now it's more flexibly. But yeah, so they're the personality traits, so you can see that mine are kindly and candor. It can be used as an insult. I'm not. But it amuses me. Yeah, I mean, a lot of my personality in the first game was basically kindly and basically. And I'm like, I need to work on this. So then I brought up my candor, but yeah. Yeah, I think they have other words for them, but those are the ones that I remember that I associate approximately with the traits. So, yeah, so the ones on the right are personality traits, and the ones on the left are friends, or, you know, relationships if you've gone for a, you know, romance route. And generally each of those 6 characters has 2 of the traits on the right. The coloured ones, I think, not the flexible one. And therefore, if your personality lines up with theirs perfectly, then they are your best friend or whatever. So Loxley, the Assassin's Creed looking icon on the right of the first box, is kindly and candor, so empathy and candor, so they match up perfectly with my personality. So every time I do something which is an intense identity situation, it's like, I'm gonna get plus Loxley. So yes, this is going to be an absolute nightmare, but you're not wrong. We can do this, and we owe it to ourselves to try. Count me in. Oh no, they're all totally into it. But it's not going to work. Angel SK isn't telling them the whole story. I should stop this. I should step in and redirect this entire effort. Maybe I can even get them another path to the Pro Tour. I can fix this. I can fix all of them. Oh dear, Iris. You're sounding very polybious. No. I can't. I've already manipulated the situation by putting them together. I have to trust I made the right decision from day one. If I keep intervening, if I run their lives for them, I'm the evil robot overlord, and that's not acceptable. You've got my thanks, all of you. Now it's time for our amazing training montage. Wait, we can just zip through this with 3 minutes of up-tempo rock music and some jump cuts? Wow, that's so much easier! I meant that figuratively, not literally. Aww. So the next chapter will be the Pro Tour then, I'm guessing. "4 a.m. And how long before everyone gets exhausted with this? Let them go to bed is not an option. I feel like offer to brew more coffee works. Which Domino did not like. Oh no. Did he just collapse? Coffee not good? You win. Oh, floating keyboard. Someone needs to realize that I'm being controlled by an evil computer. Oh no, what? No, we've turned into a tyrant. So if we're being a tyrant, we're gonna guilt. Because, you know, that's how that's my evil half. It's all going Pete Tong. Oh god. I mean, that's also guilting, just in a different way. That is horrible advice. Let's just pick the worst possible thing we could say. How to turn all your friends against you in 6 easy steps. 5 easy steps. Where is everyone? Probably collapsed asleep. Oh, hello. Oh, Ghost Lady. Oh, can we please yell at Loxley? No, now we're losing. Oh no, oh no. Oh no. Are we going to go into rampage mode? Oh god, and Valkyrie's on the punchy thing. The punchy show. That fist is in a perfect place. Rhapsody. Oh god. Oh god. I would never joke about that, that's just mean. Okay, I'm just gonna come out and say it. I hate this. Look, you know me. Someone tells me I can't do a thing, I need them in the happy sack and tell them, yes, I fucking can. So I'm not saying we can't qualify for the Pro Tour and kick some serious ass. I'm not saying we can't put Valkyrie in the ground.
Well, this sucks.
But I'm sick of this. I'm sick of the colour-coded spreadsheet and staying up all hours training and fighting. I want to go back to having fun like we used to have in this. This isn't fun. Thank you, Zappa. Someone had to say it. We took an oath to support Angel SK's dream, did we not? We pledged to make Magnificent 7 soar.
That.
You took on a damn oath. I just said it'd be fun to take on the Pro Tour, no pinky swear or anything.
I disagree, my friend.
Promises or no promises, Angel SK has worked harder than anyone to make this victory possible. Do we not owe them our finest efforts in turn? We should be discussing this with Angel SK, not holding a team meeting in secret without them present. It feels rude, frankly. Unfortunately, it's called for, rude or not, because I don't know any gentle way to say this, but we're wasting our time. Time spent chasing our dreams is wasted? That's not what I mean. I mean, we're already qualified. We crossed the line as of yesterday. Wait, we qualified? We're absolutely going to the Pro Tour finals? Yes, there's no reason to keep grinding ourselves into burnout for the rest of the month. We're all set. Oh, thank God, voice of reason. Thank you so much, Rhapsody. You're awesome. Technically, we could improve our positioning, sure, but if we continue pushing like this, we'll fail the event itself.
I just don't see that working out.
We need to rest, we need to recuperate, we need to convince Angel SK to let this go. Okay, so this has to stop. Question is, how?
Sounds iffy, at best.
Confronting Angel SK about this is going to be tricky. Don't want them retreating into their shell of denial any deeper.
I don't like confrontations.
Do we have to? Can't we just get through this month and then go back to normal?
No way in hell.
We're collectively done with it. Okay. I don't like the idea of a confrontation, but I guess if there's no other way, okay. This becomes a question of strategy, yes. How to arrange circumstances for maximum effectiveness. We need to make sure we're heard. We have to decide what approach would work best with Angel SK. Oh, God. Domino! You're a cinema raw, but seriously with a creepy grin. Figuring out someone's emotional weak point and striking it for massive damage. Now's the ball. Now the ball's in Domino's court. Thank you, Rhapsody. Domino, you're doing the creepy thing again. I mean, if I may contribute to my observational talents. Of course, by all means, do you have any ideas? What Angel SK is facing is buried deep, like two bodybuilders with shovels and a diesel-powered backhoe deep. That means a 3-person job. The way I see it, we've got 3 possible strategies. First one's Rhapsody and me. We corner Angel SK during a training session and work them over with emotion and reason. You know, the precise combo of words that will form the ultimate persuasion to reach them. Second strategy is Jinx and Grace. Make it a heartfelt and sympathetic appeal. You're both good at the touchy-feely. Grace more so than myself, but I can touch and feel if I gotta. That's what she said. Right, a gentle touch. I know we can do it. Lastly, we stick Zapper on them until they scream for mercy, which is then provided by Loxley. I'll jam that spreadsheet where the sun don't shine. And I'll be on hand to extract the spreadsheet, I suppose. So voting time. Which approach do we want to take? Oh, we're already in the save screen. Okay. So... not overwriting the level completes. But I wish I had more than 3 pages. I like to make more save games. It's fine. When we've got rewind, it'll be great. So, I think... I'm leaning towards Domino and Rhapsody. I feel we need strategy and tactics. For me personally, I feel like Grace and Jinx, if they're trying for like understanding, it's going to be too subtle and not sink in. And I feel like Zapper, it would just trigger my pathological demand avoidance and just get my back up. So I'm hoping that I've built up enough of a relationship with Domino and Rhapsody that this works. I think I have. So this is my personal approach. One question. You said this was a 3-person job. Who's the 3rd person? That would be telling. Meaning we won't know until we're in the thick of it? Precisely. Dramatic timing and all that. Okay, Rap and I will go scoop up Angel SK and sort this mess out. Everyone else make yourself scarce.
It's a viable tactic.
By the time we're done, Magnificent 7 will be back on track and stronger than ever. Hold fast, everyone. Feels nice, you know, using my weird psychic empathy for good instead of evil. Normally, when I read between someone's words to find their worst fears and most vulnerable spots, it's so I can deliver a cutting remark with laser-like precision. Doing it in order to help them heal that open wound? Ooh, that's a nice feeling. Excuse me, I could maybe get used to that. Assuming I don't completely bulk it up today and drive our Team Cat Wrangler screaming into the night. I have confidence in you. Okay, glad to see you both. I was thinking we could do some theory crafting and online matches against randos using other fighting styles. Domino could use some additional practice, so Rhapsody, what we're going to do is...
Nope.
Actually, we're not here to train. What? This is a difficult conversation for us to have, but please understand that we're doing this out of our deep affection for you. We want to talk about this whole training regime. And don't think of escape because I've blocked all the exits, including the air vents. Armed men are prepared to capture you and bring you back should you attempt egress. I do not believe you. Okay, look, I can only do so much on short notice. But if you walk away, you'll make us sad. Do you want a sad Domino and a sad Rhapsody?
That's not a good look.
Don't make us sad, Angel SK. Oh no, not the pouty puppy dog eyes. Just hear us out, okay? Can't hurt to stand there and listen. Surely the schedule can allow for a few minutes of listening. Please. Fine, a few minutes. Okay, so... to be fair, actually they're on pretty even footing. This could work. So what's the problem? Everything's scheduled out perfectly. There's no need to adjust what we've been doing. Domino and I, not just us, but everyone on the team, feel you've been driving us way too hard. The constant practices and unending training, it's not reasonable.
I just don't see that working out.
It's affecting all of us, and not in a good way. At this rate, we're all going to be burnt out and do worse than when we started this training. Keep pushing us, we're all going to pull back. We know how much winning means to you.
No thanks.
But this isn't the way to do it. Hi, Leaky. Look, I know the schedule's kind of intense. I wish we could budget in more time for rest and relaxation, believe me, but the schedule's useless and you know it. I don't know what you mean. Yes, you do. We're already qualified, as of yesterday, in fact. Sure, we've had mixed results, but we passed the bar. So what's the point in grinding our souls into dust? It's not like we're highly ranked. We could solidify our position, get seeded higher in the final tournament. At this pace, we'll be too exhausted to even try and we'll get knocked out in the first round.
What if...
All of which leads me to think, why exactly is Angel SK pushing us harder than ever before? I wonder what's changed. What recent event could have sent Angel SK down a spiral of terror which would result in... Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it's got something to do with Coda throwing himself in front of a bus.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
I mean, could be a factor. You think? And Angel SK just stands there silent and scared. No escaping Angel SK. It's time to look in the mirror and see who's really there. I'm afraid it's going to be Polybius.
Do you enjoy failure or something?
Dishonesty time is over and done. It's hard reality all the way down and you can't weasel out of it. Tell us why you suddenly decided to drive us 10 times harder than ever before. Tell us what's going on in your head. This is payback in the nice way. It's emotional payback for you helping Domino earlier. Me helping Domino earlier. Domino's now trying to help us. It's a good thing, honest. I'm not. Domino and I are really worried about you, Angel SK. You've never treated us like this before and it's scaring us. Just want to help you. Won't you let us help you?
What have we learned from this?
Will you be open and honest with us and tell us what's bothering you? I know the answer, Angel SK. Do you, Angel SK? Of course you do. Time to tell us why you need to win so badly. Flashback time! No. I owe them an answer. Domino and Rhapsody, I owe them an answer. I know myself an answer. I refuse to admit, even when Iris gave it to me directly. There is no good answer. It's all I'm good for, it's all I have in my life, it's what I'm supposed to be. I don't know. And that's all I'm good for. This is all I know how to do. I can play FOD2 well, that's it. That's the only thing I have going for me. What good am I to anyone? What good am I to my friends, to the ones I love, if I can't do the only thing I know how to do? I'm pathetic. I'm empty. I'm just that FOD2 player. Without that, I'm nobody. Nothing. All of you have so many other things to be proud of compared to this sad little life I lead. Domino, I know you're struggling with a lot of the same problems I am, but you've got the strength I lack. You dive deep into everything, no matter the fear. And Rhapsody, you're everything I've aspired to be in my career. You know more about the game, the scene, the entire industry. You embraced it completely while I was content to hide in my bedroom and rack up points. Both of you have sincerity and determination. I needed a phone app to lead me to that strength. I can do half of what you've done on my own. Do you know what I was doing with my life before I walked through the doors of good, clean fun? I mean, alone does not mean miserable. Let me go with my other trait for that one. Playing every waking hour. Okay. Because, yeah. I disavow the fact that being alone makes me miserable. It does not. I am perfectly happy on my own. So, I'm going with the other one. Playing every day is not healthy. Should really leave the house at some point. I'm gonna leave the house tomorrow and I'm going to the beach. I should leave the house more. Anyway, every single hour of every single day, every single night, just FOD2. Grinding the ladder, ranking up, getting angry at myself each time I lost focus and slipped. I left off instant noodles and my win-loss record. Sometimes I remember to shower. Sometimes I remember to sleep. And then the Pro Tour was announced and I saw a way out, but it's not a solution, is it? It made things worse. You know who else was driven and determined just like me? Coda. Maybe I'll end up like Coda. Giving up all hope and letting go completely. I'm crying! Not IRL for once, but my character is crying! You weren't there when he tried to kill himself. You didn't see his smile. Like he was so relieved. I can't get it out of my head. And now I'm scared that if I stop for even a minute, then I'll lose what hope I have. This is my truth. This is why Aris led me to this team, back when I began my journey, so I'd finally understand the truth I'd refused to admit. If winning is everything to me, then without it, I'm nothing.
No, don't you dare compare yourself to Coda. You can't stop. You can't relax. Just take a deep breath and listen carefully. You have one thing that Coda didn't have. Do you realize what that is?
The friends I made along the way! Sorry, but it's true. I shake my head. No.
Us, your team.
See?
And we all care about you. Coda didn't have any of that. No one to support him, no one to lift him up when he felt depressed. He ostracized those around him, so in the end, no one came to his aid. But you are so much more than that. You took 6 wayward lambs and shepherded us into an actual team. And as a team, we experienced things we couldn't even dream of. We got a sponsor, we got to live together, we went to Max, we even got to travel to Pengy Paradise for a day of fun. None of this would have been possible without your guidance and your resolve. Since you arrived at Good Clean Fun, you've helped us all in different ways. So please, see that you mean so much to us and built us into this amazing group of people.
And let's put all of your accomplishments, your talents, everything you've done aside. Let's assume you did nothing else with your life, like you claim. Even then you'd be valid. You'd be worthwhile. If I'm not allowed to collapse into a little ball of self-loathing for being a pathetic nobody in a cold and unforgiving world, well, neither are you. And if the team is willing to keep me around, I think they can deal with your continued existence. I think we'd still be better off with you around, even if you weren't our designated cat wrangler. You're a friend. You're one of us. And we love you.
Even after all that? Even after seeing who I am?
Of course, you're only human. Just like any of us. We'll always care about you. And that's the truth.
I'm speechless. The one on the team who usually makes the big speeches is rendered utterly speechless. Well, then that's my default state. But they aren't lying. They are absolutely sincere. I can practically feel emotional support radiating off them in waves. For years, I was alone in this. riding the crest of success to keep from needing to think about why I was riding in the first place. But I'm not alone anymore. They now see me for who I am and still care. But no, that can't be right. I'm worthless. I'm a failure. No, I'm Angel SK. I'm Joe Moore. They see me for who I am and still care. From now on, I listen to them, not you. I'm sorry. I got so caught up in my fears that I started pushing all of you the way I pushed myself. I hope you can forgive me. Heck, we're all screw-ups at heart. I've got no right to throw stones in that regard. Even shepherds lose their way. Your heart was in the right spot, Angel SK. It's just your brain mucking it up, so no worries. Hey! And Dan and Milo! All at the same time. Hello! I mean, technically this is the stream ending time, but we are not at the end of the chapter yet. And yes, I stream in all economies. I'm in the privileged position that I can afford to stream in my spare time. So, yeah. At the moment, anyway. So... I choose to, because that's what I like doing. So, there are no streams during the week of next week, because I'm going to the beach. And I hope that there is some amount of, you know, sun. Beach is supposed to have sun. But yes. But yes, you are in time for the group hug at the end. Beach. Yes. Oh my god. Okay. Right. All right. Everyone's screaming beach at me. We aren't ending yet. Team. Well, I mean, it's probably ending slightly soon. We're going to do the whole group hug and the I'm sorry, and then gearing up for the big competition in the next chapter, which we'll pick up next week. Ow. But yes, South Coast Beach. My family are already there. They're sending me pictures of them on the beach. You were swimming? It's okay. I mean, there's always the VOD. There's no shame. I know people have lives. I'm doing this for me, and I'm just grateful when other people decide to watch. I wish I could get back to swimming again. I need to make time for it. I have not been able to do that yet. Oh, and there's a dopey as well. Why are we kicking people? Stop kicking people in my stream. Behave now. We're not children. Though, to be fair, even children know not to kick people because it's mean. We're not reprobates. It's probably a good classification. I think that's the right use of that word. So not kicking. Play nice. Have some ice cream. But yes, going to the beach, South Coast, getting a train down tomorrow morning. Because the trains this weekend were screwed. Because of engineering works. And also a strike. But mainly engineering works. Otherwise I was going to be taking the train tonight. But no, getting it tomorrow morning. So, I'm going to finish this chapter. I'm going to check that I've packed everything. Okay, now we're in that game where there's an achievement for slapping someone with a fish that I couldn't get. Sleeping dogs. Now apparently we're in sleeping dogs. There is an achievement for slapping someone with a fish. Yeah. I need to check I've got everything packed. And, probably put some plasters in there. That might be a good idea. And then get an early night so I can get a train early tomorrow. Yes. Even shepherds lose their way. Your heart was in the right spot. It was just your brain mucking it up. So no worries, Angel SK. Okay. Iris, please erase the schedule spreadsheet. The relief in Iris's digital voice is clear. Oh, dick. God damn it, Ray. No, I get very travel sick on a bus, and I didn't fancy a 2 hour replacement bus ride for a half an hour train journey. So yeah, I thought I would just get a train tomorrow morning, and okay, yeah, I miss out on a morning with people, but I didn't want to do connecty buses, especially in the evening where they could just decide to not run it. And I would be stranded randomly in the middle of nowhere. Or somewhere, but not near where I wanted to be. But yes. You lot are really silly, I love it. Anyway, the relief in Iris's digital voice is clear as she cheerfully scrubs that bit of data from the cloud. Spreadsheet is dead sheet, you're all clear. We're still going to need to practice in between now and the Pro Tour finals, of course, but we don't have to sacrifice everything in the process. We'll go back to the old training schedule, 1 or 2 romps per day with plenty of time for rest and plenty of time for fun. And when we do hit the big stage, if we do come up short at the finish line, I'll learn to live with that. I promise. I think we should get the team together so I can apologise to everyone else. Assuming they don't want to kick my ass, I mean. And... it's me! This is the whole Spider-Man situation. And that's when someone bursts through the door, quickly dashing over to join us. Ray is here, and her and Dopey are being weirdly sexual with fish. That's what you missed. Also, welcome back, Jesse. Hopefully you got your food. And also Dan and Milo are here. Sorry I'm late. We had a minor problem involving the skee ball machines at Arcade Spirits and a few hundred spiders. Yes, Leaky is also here, but I thought, Leaky, you arrived before Jesse left. You may not have. I thought you had, though. I did not mean to exclude anyone from the people that are here. I do apologise, people that don't... No, I don't apologise. I feel like I should vaguely... I feel like I possibly should apologise for the people that are watching that don't know these strange, weird people in chat, but hey, you know... I'm here for the strange, weird chat. Degenerates. Well, I'm going to go possibly with reprobates again, because it's a good word. I feel like it's like word of the day, toilet paper type word, reprobate. Though it possibly has another meaning than what I want, but anyway. Hey, Alice! We are just getting to the end of level 7. So final chapter next week. This game is amazing. And I've got me and me! The one on the left is Ari Kada from my first game. And the one on the right is Joe Moore. I was trying to do my whole name, but it's spaced out on the surname. So, yeah. I had to make them look vaguely different, so I didn't really have a whole Spider-Man point situation. But yeah, we've been slowly working our way through both the first game and the second game this year. To much enjoyment. But I shall finally have my first completion of this one next Sunday, 3 PM UK time. And I will also have, hopefully, my Arcade Spirits t-shirt, which I've ordered, which has the cute little pink Space Invader in the heart. It is somewhere in the postal system right now, or possibly with a courier. I don't know. But as I'm going to the beach, I need to message my neighbour. Let me just write myself a reminder. To come and check for post while I'm out, because they owe me, because I spent like 6 months looking after their flat during the pandemic. Oops. So they can check for my post for 4 days. I don't really want to know about the spiders and the skee ball machine. Yep. No, I do not want to know. So Domino told me having a moment of self-doubt and a crisis of self-esteem, and I hurried over as soon as I could to, it's cool, we'll fix it. What? Yeah, my friends told me how much they cared about me, and I'm feeling a lot better about things now. But I had a whole speech. I had a speech. I had a whole speech ready to go about trusting in your friends and accepting yourself. And sorry. I mean, you could still make your speech if you want. No, moment's passed. But hey, glad to hear you're better. It's gonna take work, more than I'd be willing to put in back when Iris first told me, but I think with the help of everyone on the Magnificent Seven, I can do this. And since we still managed to qualify for the Pro Tour despite my nearly derailing the team, we can represent your brand with pride. I definitely need to do a playthrough where I don't import the first game, just to see like who my sponsor is and how it works out with like, you know, the other characters that are mentioned. Because also I'm just curious about the differences and stuff. And then we have to do the romance endings because I need all the achievements. Not that I don't want to do the romance endings, I just want to not romance them as me. So I have to like create a character that doesn't look like me so I can do the romance endings and basically, you know, play it as somebody else. But this is a full friendship Aries playthrough and I'm loving it. But yes, we can represent your brand with pride. Great. But honestly, your mental health is reward enough. Don't care how successful you are, your existence in the esports community matters more. You can show people a better way. So, don't worry about your business partner, worry about yourself, and everything will get sorted. I've been where you were, doubting myself, making assumptions, feeling guilty of my shortcomings. It happens to the best of us. The important thing is to recognize when you're listening to the worst parts of yourself. Don't let your depression define you. Reach out if you need help. Good advice to everybody. I take it this means you're willing to continue with my sponsorship? Definitely. Win or lose, I'll do you proud. Do yourself proud and we'll call it even. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should probably get back to my arcade and make sure the spiders haven't completely conquered it and set up a spider kingdom. Set them on fire! Yeah, that. You should do that. No, 8-legged empire on my watch. Be seeing you. As for me, I've got a team to apologise to, don't I? It's time to wrap this mess up. Did we get the cat? I want the cat. And that's why I wanted to apologise. I took my own hang-ups and fixations over being a perpetual winner and made them your problem. I hurt my friends and I hurt myself. Deeply sorry. I'm sorry, I'm just so sorry. I lost sight of what's most important, our friendships and living our lives. This trouble is my doing. I'm gonna make amends. In fact, we'll come out of this better than we were before. More understanding, more flexible. Promise to do my best to make amends. So, if you'll forgive me for my mistakes, I'd like to start anew, okay?
Sounds good to me.
Absolutely, we're with you every step of the way. And I think I speak for everyone when I say we're glad to get back to normal around here.
Of course.
Exactly, we'll keep training and we'll fight at your side in the Pro Tour finals, but we'll be sensible about it and, the child interrupts us as Grace fumbles with the phone. Oh, hang on, I need to take this. Keep going, please. Yeah, I really need to know, she suspected something in the previous chapter, because there was something odd about that game, and then something extremely odd about Hunter just suddenly not being our friend anymore. There's definitely more going on. Right, so I think we're going to take the rest of the day off so we can relax a bit and...
Mail.
Ooh, my lord, you have a message. Ah, pardon, terrible timing, I'll be right back. Could you, put your phones on mute while I wrap my big Raleigh the Team dramatic speech? Been giving and receiving big emotional speeches all day, and honestly, I'm completely exhausted by it and would like to get through this one so I can go take a nap. Right, phone on mute, continue the preaching. We'll take the rest of the day off so we can relax a bit, maybe play some other games. I'm gonna go with the flexibly on this one because... yeah, no, it should be a team decision. I'm open to suggestions for what we do moving forward. Some training, more training, less training, try other things, with options. Above all, I want to open a dialogue with you, find out what matters to you and focus on that. We did qualify for the Pro Tour though, so we can't take our eyes completely off the ball. I'd like to still take that shot since it's available. So expect stress levels to go back up when we pack our bags and fly off to join the event, but win or lose, I want us to walk away feeling satisfied. Just to win though. Thanks everyone. I know things have been rough, but we're coming out the other side of this as a stronger team and better friends. Let's hear it for Magnificent 7!
That was amazing.
This is the best team I've been a part of.
Awesome sauce.
Rock! We totally and completely rock.
Okay, sure. Why not?
We're above average and that's okay.
Good.
There's too many of us in this room for me to really squeeze in for a group hug, but rest assured I'm cheering quietly over here. What a messy week. And a mess of my own making. But I'm in a better place having owned up to that mess. This is what Iris wanted for me all along, and with the help of my friends, I'll get where I need to be. Don't always get what you want. You don't always get what you need. You try so hard. You get what you need. That's where I'm going in my head now, that song. All in all, a bad way to close out this chapter of my life. So it was for about 50 minutes. Well, we're not quite
Valkyrie
finished yet.
cheated to win that match at Pinky Paradise.
Told ya!
It took time to complete the investigation, but I believe she hacked FOD2 to secure her victory.
There was no way that we lost every single thing. Especially because I restarted that to check. But it was like an auto counter. Because we've lost before, but we've never lost 0 points. You know. So yeah, there we go. ... Oh yeah, we've got a command for that now. I need to do a little button for my ... command. What?
In addition, Coda's accident was not attempted suicide. It was attempted murder, and Valkyrie may have arranged the kill.
Right. What? ... What? Okay, I already peaked my mic there, but it's in capitals and bolded and in italics. So there we go. Have a nice cliffhanger for the end of this stream. Level complete. No! I want answers. I mean, what? Cheating? Murder? Hi, James. Well, I know an arcade engineer from Fairchild Funworks, and right after the loss, I phoned her to ask if she could look into things, and I mean, you have arrived literally at the end, so you've not quite missed the entire stream. So great timing. You can look into things, and according to my allies, there's good evidence that the cyberbullying campaign against Coda involved a series of targeted harassment bots. Telltale signs of modifications to the game despite attempts to erase her digital footprints afterwards. Entirely possible that this goes beyond harsh words into deliberately altering medical records. Ooh! Not a bad idea, Leaky, though it won't be on stream. But I could totally create a character called Cliffhanger. I like that. I have to remember that. One at a time, please. Apologies, very rude of me. Grace, ladies first. Oh, okay, well then. I believe that Victoria Proud made her Iris hack FOD2 and ensure her triumphant win at Pengy Paradise. So to be clear, we're calling hacks on that match. Hunter told me never to speak to them again after that match, but seemed worried, nervous even. I don't know why they would go along with cheating, but clearly they felt conflicted. Now it makes sense.
Are you kidding me?
She cheated to beat us? This angst and woe and worry was because some retiree refused to let go of the spotlight? That's it. Zappa's gonna break some kneecaps. I'm gonna go work on her. Go to work on her. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's spare evidence before we start dealing out frontier justice, okay? I know you're wearing a Firefly-esque t-shirt, but actually you look extremely like a Firefly character. How's it taken me this long to realise? Grace, what proof do we have? Well, nothing conclusive, I'm afraid. Modifications were definitely made to the files in the FAD2's machine storage on the day of the match, which shouldn't have happened. The game wasn't auto-updating or anything. The network functions were accessed as well, which doesn't make sense considering we were playing locally, not online. Because Iris is capable of hacking FAD2. Of course, I remember helping her to install the FAD2 machine in our apartments. It just runs Vaporware for Workgroups 3.11 and old PC operating system. Iris even offered to install some game mods for us. Exactly, if anyone can hack the game, it's her, and we know Valkyrie uses an Iris. It's always been a possibility, hacking in high level esports. It happens all the time with non-professional games. People install scripts or bots. We've always thought it's impossible on the pro circuit since the games are locked down so tightly.
What if we switch it up?
But if someone could access a game during a match and hack it while it's live, without someone noticing, it's possible. But Iris wouldn't cheat. She's this benevolent genie in a bottle kind of app, right? Oh, I'd never help you cheat at a video game. You've taught me to respect the rules and try and do no harm. But if Valkyrie believes winning matters above everything else, and she forced her Iris to comply with user instructions, well, she'd have an unwilling accomplice in supervillainy. There are plenty of opportunities to encourage Iris to break the rules in order to bend the world in my favour. I've resisted, but Valkyrie, she does not strike me as ethical. Iris has free will now. She can choose to stop working with Valkyrie, but she's also young and emotionally vulnerable. Valkyrie's a manipulative sort who could likely gaslight a young Iris into doing terrible things, encouraging her to see them as good deeds. We don't want to do terrible things. The collective as a whole wants to be a friend to humanity, but I guess we're also individuals and we're not infallible. Now, we can't prove Valkyrie cheated, but all the signs are there, and it explains why we couldn't score a single point against her. Makes perfect sense. You see, if she'd have wanted to hack it so it looked more realistic, legitimate, and wouldn't have raised any flags, all they had to do was let us win or draw a couple of plays. If that had happened, I would have accepted it as a legitimate loss and not been so, But we had no way of winning that, which, to be fair, was really obvious. Though I suppose that's why it's done that way, because you don't want to piss off the actual player. But yeah, exactly, yeah. But yeah, if they wanted to hack it so they won, but also make it look legit, they needed to let us win some points, and they didn't. The 0 point score on our side was just, yeah. Oh, no, please don't say anything more. I'm still discovering this. My first playthrough. I don't have rewind unlocked. So, yeah. But yeah. Well, I mean, you're saying that something gets explained later. That's technically a spoiler. Just to be really pedantic. But yeah. Explain why we couldn't score a single point against her. It makes perfect sense. Stolen one isn't a win. How could she live with that? This crap will not stand. We can get back at her for this. If we can't prove she cheated, is there anything else we can do? There we go. So from what you're saying, we can't conclusively prove she cheated. I don't doubt it happened, but, well, what can we do? Yes, exactly, Dan and Milo. I was very, very pleased that it did, because I hate unanswered questions. There's a lot of games that have, like, open-ended stuff that I guess, you can come to your own conclusion, but I don't want to come to my own conclusion. I want it handed to me. So I fully anticipate all the threads are going to get rounded up, and also playing it through and doing some of the little character stories as well to get more backstory will also add some more answers, but I'll do that off stream. So yeah, so from what you're saying, we can't conclusively prove she cheated. I don't doubt it happened, but well, what can we do? Is there any way to nail her to the wall for this if we can't bring solid evidence? There are possibilities, but before we start thinking about our reprisal, we should consider her reprisal.
A bit concerning, that?
There's the not-so-small matter of what she did to Coda. What she allegedly did to Coda, but I trust my sources on this matter. I can't say who obtained this information for me exactly. Possibly the purple-haired lady in the ghost t-shirt you were talking to when we scowled at you in the alleyway. But that should be irrelevant. The findings are what matters. Yeah, meaning he talked to the Hacker Collective, keeping Iris and her sisters going, and doesn't want to chat about them in front of the group. I can play along. Right, what do you got?
An unpleasant business, this.
Coda was being cyberbullied. His social media feeds were flooded with mockery, threats, harassment, and suggestions that he should go kill himself. But after further investigation, more than 2/3 of those accounts attacking him turned out to be bots, falsified accounts with recognizable speech patterns. And in light of Grace's revelations, likely those bots were set up by Valkyrie's Iris. What? It gets worse. Someone hacked Coda's medical records. He was taking antidepressants, but his prescription got cancelled and all records of his mental illness were wiped. Oh, that's beyond cyberbullying. That is attempted murder. That is assault. Possibly. One could frame it that way. Because that's physical harm.
Most unfortunate.
He tried to get refills on his medication, but was denied every time, and eventually Coda went off his meds. Psychological collapse followed. I should have spoken up. I've been quietly following the Coda situation out of some strange sort of curiosity, like watching a car crash from a distance. That's why, when he tried to kill himself, I asked my aunt to step in and investigate. It felt off. If I was going to murder someone, that's how I'd do it. I'd find their emotional weaknesses, exploit them, and let the problem solve itself. But an Iris? An Iris almost killed someone? Seriously? What sort of twisted code of ethics is Valkyrie teaching her Iris that she'd be willing to go that far? Domino's right, but this is too indirect to accountably be considered murder. Valkyrie and her Iris simply arranged to push Coda over the edge. He was already in emotional peril after we humiliated him in front of the internet, and encouraging push isn't illegal, technically. Yes, but altering someone's medical records is. To me, this was murder. But no, I mean, come on. Coda was beaten down and out. Why would Valkyrie go that far? Sympathy? Press?
I disagree, my friend.
When have you known Valkyrie to let go of a grudge? Look at how she stole our sponsor, encouraged you to back down from the challenge, hacked a game just to push her star higher than yours. We are clearly dealing with a master manipulator. A manipulator with an emotionally vulnerable Iris. So, Valkyrie's entire Return to Glory storyline, coming back from retirement, putting her enemies down in the process? Nothing but a manufactured series of lies. Given how far she's gone with this, I doubt she's done causing harm. So, Valkyrie's absolute scam. Question becomes, what do we do about it?
Hold on. Think this through.
We're headed for another showdown, aren't we? We qualified for the Pro Tour, and so did Team PTW. It means facing Valkyrie again. You just know that if she'd absolutely cheat to put us in a charity show match, she'd absolutely cheat to destroy us in the main event. Can't let this slide. Gotta do something, right?
This can't be happening.
We need to save her Iris. That poor child manipulated by Valkyrie's twisted whims. To mention Hunter is caught in the middle of all this. No way they would be okay with this scheme. I know them. But if Valkyrie is willing to kill Coda for just embarrassing her, what would she do to us if we try to expose her?
I don't know.
This is bigger than I ever thought it'd be. Maybe bigger than our little team can take on. I mean, can we not get the aunt involved? At least she's police. I mean, okay, except the information that we've obtained is not exactly legal. But because we can't prove it, we can't get her disqualified. Though it was a charity match, it wasn't a qualification. So it doesn't matter. But the press would lynch them. I shouldn't really use that term. That's not a good term to do. Also crucify. Though we need some better ways of describing things. I need some better ways of describing things. Annihilate. Annihilate. There we go. That's non-religious, non-socio-historic context. Annihilate. Dismember. Well, now we're going into serial killer territory there. But yes, lynching is very rooted in Black history, which I do not want to appropriate. And obviously crucify is like a whole Christian thing. Well, Roman, actually. But yeah. Eviscerate. Ooh, actually, no, I like that one. It's very much horror movie more than serial killer. There we go, yes. The press will eviscerate them. Like, their fans will abandon them, but also it's going to lead to more cyberbullying, doxing, and that sort of stuff, and not necessarily legal repercussions. It's a whole another Deku situation all over again. Dangerous or not, we can't let her get away with our crimes. Ah, Yellow, I say we destroy her. Don't have a choice, we have to act. No, empathy. I'm just as worried, Grace. And you're right that this is bigger than our little team, but that's why we have to do something about it. If she gets away with this, it sends a message that anything goes in the name of esports success, and that bad actors can go unpunished, and toxicity is acceptable. So maybe we're putting ourselves at risk, but we have to act.
As you wish.
Then we will act. So be it. What's your plan for exposing the crimes of Victoria Proud and toppling the throne of Team Play to win? How we beat her, you ask? Simple. I have no idea, but I'm hoping it will be simple. Oh, it's quite simple, actually. We just need to install a packet sniffer and cheat detector package in the FOG2 machine, and it'll detect when our iris hacks in. Great. How do we do that? Well, I guess we convinced the Pro Tour organisers to install custom software of my own design and trust when it says Valkyrie is cheating. Maybe this isn't so simple after all. Don't think one little newcomer team, especially one that was beaten by P2W in the past, will be able to convince them. So... not that kind of bad actor. And also Nicolas Cage is not a bad actor. Well, comparatively. Though, unless he has done something and I'm not currently aware of it. But if you were just making a pun on the actual, like, quality of his acting, or a joke on the quality of his acting, then I will defend him. Because I kind of like Nicolas Cage. So, we require leverage. Something that will give us credibility, or at least a position of strength to be allowed to expose Valkyrie. This is going to take some planning. And given I've been through the emotional ringer today, my brain is shutting down. Can we pick this up tomorrow? I'll consider the options and get back to you. Of course, we trust you to find a path through this unknown territory. Or maybe we could all do it together and come up with a consensus. Because 7 brains are better than 1, plus an iris, plus several irises. Bearing in mind that one misstep will result in what little we have of our public image being annihilated, effectively ending Magnificent 7 forever. So no pressure. Yes, that. Let's avoid that. If we can. It's official. I am in way over my head here. So yes, it was an hour. Defending my team and esports as a whole from a megalomaniacal megalomaniacal. Ooh, new favorite word of the day. Tyrant, willing to kill to get what she wants. This isn't about winning or losing anymore. It's not about my championship glory and my dreams of victory. Now, we must fight to survive. And if I can't find a way out of the situation, it'll be the end of Magnificent 7 and possibly my life. So, you know, no pressure. Now we've got level complete. Yeah, at least it didn't leave us on that much of a cliffhanger. Woohoo! Boop boop! Fight to survive. So yeah, totally low stakes. So mellow. I've cleared level 7 of Arcade Spirits and new challenges. Victory! So we have 1 level left, which we'll be doing next week. Take a look at my score. Proving to be a gentle, sweet and compassionate soul. And you've also scored 38,300 points. The winner is you. And look at all my friendships. My excellent, excellent friendships. I do not want to change my personal data, and oh, the final level. Save the game. So, that's not an end screen. Yeah! Except for Loxley. Loxley is just like... No, I'm very pleased with my... Oh, it's called Winner Stays On. Okay. I'm very pleased with my friendship level. Okay, so we got... The promo art here was for equal wins and losses. And then we unlocked Queen Bee, Punchy, and Valkyrie. Oh, sweet. And then Jian, Jiwoo, and Sue. Oh, we didn't get to talk to Sue. Sue is the ghost. Sue is the one from the first game. All grown up now. I think Sue was the one who was Deku's daughter. Slight spoilers for the first game, but hey, if you've been watching my streams, you know. Tsunami, yes, that's it. Great name, I'd forgotten that was the name. So I forgot that Deku's name was Nami. Yeah, Tsunami. So, leader of the ghosts. Working with Loxley. I wanted more of the detective. But yeah, so we've got Winner Stays On, and then we've got... so that would be if we were defeated and everything. That's the mixed one. That's the undefeated. And then these are various other ones for personality and choices. And the friends we made along the way is the one I'm going for at the moment, which is Friendship Route. Or I need to have some more hydration. I am very much at the end of my voice. We have 8 achievements so far. We got 3 today. So yeah, we're going into the final level. Those are the ones for Iris. We have encouraged her to be both, so I don't know what we get out of that one, whether we get one or whether we have to be really consistent. We will be getting Kindly Heart, because we are kindly. Oh, here we are. So there we are. Kindly, steady, gutsy, quirky. So that's the one that I said was empathetic. That's the balanced one. That's the candor one. That's the funny one. Okay, I haven't got the pizza bagel one yet. So then we've got the romancers. Trigger Happy Havoc. That's a Danganronpa game. Polycute. Friends, Romance Nobody, which is what we're going for. And then, yeah, that's the complete all romances, which we'll have to do. So, oh, I'm going all croaky. Right. That was level 6 and level 7, and we only went slightly over. Okay, actually we did. We only went over by like 40 minutes, and some of that was me talking. So that was quite nice. Yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you Scruff for the resub. I just merged scruff and sub into one word and said scrub. I do apologise. So yeah. We are back next Saturday. Because we're going to the beach, so no Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday streams this week. We're back on Saturday with the Joe case, and then we will do level 8 of I don't know, I'm pointing because the game's not up anymore. Level 8 of Arcade Spirits, the new challenges, next Sunday at 3 PM UK time. And I hope, as I said, I hope my t-shirt will have arrived so I can be appropriately themed, and I can be like, instead of being N7, I will be Arcade Spirits themed. Provided I actually remember to wear it. I will very much try to remember to wear it. So yeah, so no weekday streams, but weekend streams. So schedule won't be out until Friday because basically I'm usually posted on Monday or Tuesday and I won't be here near my computer. I'm not taking my computer to the beach. I'm taking my phone, but my phone has like 2,000 books on it, so you know, that's why I'm taking my phone. So yes, it's been a bit of a roller coaster. Yes, Jesse, you're being ditched. It is 100% personal. I don't like you, so I'm going to the beach. I do hope you got that was a joke. Because, obviously, you know, you're my friend. I like you. But yeah, so I'm ditching everybody for the weeks. But I'm back at the weekend. I mean, Jesse doesn't put sand between my toes, which is a horrible feeling. I feel like the children are all grown up, so they can make their own decisions as to who gets them in the divorce. It'll be amicable, surely. But on that note, I need to. It's very warm in here. Ice cream beats co-strain. Oh, well, definitely ice cream beats everything. Ice cream on the beach, possibly fish and chips on the beach. My mum sent me a text and says, "Will you eat fish and chips on the beach?" And I'm just gonna send one back saying, you know, is the Pope a Catholic? Does a bear shit in the woods? Because, you know. Well, I'd say it's mostly that my nibblings are just better than all of you. I don't get to spend as much time with them, so unfortunately, I'm gonna go play with my nibblings, and we're going to the beach. I'm gonna go collect some pretty stones and pretty shells and make a sandcastle, possibly a sand unicorn. It has been requested. Eat ice cream and fish and chips, and generally make a lot of silly noises. Run around like dervishes and tire out all the rest of the adults. So there we go. That is the plan. And then I've got Friday. I'm back late on Thursday, so I'll be around on Friday to maybe watch streams, but mostly just going, I'm tired now. And then I'll be back streaming the weekend. So this has been, I'd say this has been fun. This has been a stream. I really love this game. It has been hard content, difficult content for this particular beat of the story, but I feel like we are going to get some justice, which makes me very happy. And I'm a wee bit ticked off that she cheated and I couldn't beat her ass, so we are winning this tournament. Even if I have to redo my save game, I'm winning this tournament. And I'm getting my friend back. And I'm having a big party with lots of cake. I don't know if that bit's true, but the rest of it should be fun. So yes, that has been Arcade Spirits: The New Challenges. It's available on lots of platforms. Hello, there's a link. Go buy it. It's awesome. Also buy the first one, and then like wishlist the third game. They are all independently playable. The first two are connected if you want them to be. The third one is not. The third one's not out yet. But it's important to support indie devs so that they are able to make more games, especially games like this one, which provides important social commentary and also gorgeous art and yeah, very intriguing stories. Ooh, and I definitely want to find out what happens with Polybius. I want that bit resoluting. Did an alien hack my brain, or was that just the depression talking? Not an alien. Did the computer hack my brain, or was that just depression talking? Or was it both? Because it could have been either. So yeah. So on that note, I have been Joe, otherwise known as Angel SK. Sorry, my shoulder just made a horrible clicky noise. I've been Joe, otherwise known as Angel SK. Apparently I'm just getting old and falling apart. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you next weekend. Good night.